Hey everybody, how you guys doing today? How's everybody doing? So today I've invited TSC onto the voice. Well, not this voice, but you know, the voice. Hey, what's up, Shocks? How you doing, man?
Hey everyone.
What up?
Hey Shucks. There's a little bit of a delay between this stream and what I see on the stream
Oh yeah.
and what I'm hearing on Discord. So it's a little weird.
So mute the stream.
I muted the stream, but it's just weird.
Turns out you can hear everything that the stream can hear, pretty much. Anyway,
This is true.
so what's up, guys? How you guys doing today? Hopefully pretty well. Got a couple new things, I guess, in the mail.
Mail call.
Mail
Whoop,
call.
whoop.
I got some blueberries, which
Ooh.
I don't know how I feel about them. I mean, I haven't put them in a board, obviously, and I haven't really played with them at all. But how do they smell?
How do they smell? The real big question though, Shocks, is how do they taste? So these need to pass the lick test.
Nope.
Lube has to pass the lick test. Blueberries have to pass it. Creams have to pass it. This is a new test that I've devised.
I think they smell probably pretty similar to creams, but I don't know. I have a pretty weak sense of smell, so they smell a little chemically. But outside of that, kind of the same. They have a really, they have a really sharp, like almost double bump when you push down on them. Like I don't know if you guys can. Like they want to bump right there, and then bump more.
Weird.
Yeah, they have a lot of spring force. I don't recall what their weight was. I think they're supposed to be like 80 grams, but they're I don't know how I like them.
I feel like with them naming all these after fruit, they should also make them scratch and sniff.
Scratch and sniff switches.
Scratch and sniff switches, scratch and sniff key sets.
I think there's a
whole new trend in
possibility.
boutique keyboards.
There's a possibility that the rest of Cal and Opes will also show up. It's funny because we've been making a bit of Cal and Opes content recently to like create a little backlog of it before we start releasing videos on the channel. But to me, in my mind, it's like already a thing. You know what I mean? Like we haven't produced content that everyone else can consume yet, but it's still just
we're like getting down like how we want the episodes to flow. I'm getting the editing process down. It's and of course that'll change over time too and evolve, like just like your stream did. So it's still in its infant stages, but
sure, it'll get there.
Interesting.
So like I said, I got a few things, right? I got one of these little cool plushies, with the pimento.
Oh, that's so cute.
Boop. That's kind of cool. I got a Gator Ron. Because who doesn't need a Gator Ron? Gator Ron.
And the little cherry switch.
Burp, burp, burp. Yeah, the cherry switch has been here for a couple episodes.
Yeah, it doesn't have like a click sound or something when you...
No, it's completely soft plushy. And then today, what we're actually going to be building, is this, a Tofu Acrylic with a DZ60. We've done a few of these. I think this makes 6, right? 6 or 7. Either way, I'm kind of happy about it. I always like these. A lot of people like them. Hopefully they can hear you. Say
Just
something.
Double checking.
Oh yeah, they can hear you.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna crack this.
It's me, Marius.
What's up, Marius? How you doing? Yeah, I think I can't recall what day, but I have already actually planned an actual Tuesday to transition. I don't think it's the next one. I think it's the one after, or maybe the one after that. I don't know. I have to go look at my calendar. Either way, on the Sunday stream,
Hi, Imig.
What's up, man? Okay, so we're kind of doing a slightly weird one. I have done one of these before where we're using a plate that supports a 2U left shift, which is weird, right? So basically what's going to happen is this bottom row will be staggered a quarter less different, and you end up getting a an extra. Well, you still get to keep your slash and question mark if you do the arrow cluster. So we're going to do an arrow cluster with a function and a shift, and then a standard bottom row with the or standard second to bottom row with the exception of here will be 2U. So it'll be kind of weird. So basically it'll be 1U, 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 and then the rest. Anyway, we'll unpackage this real quick. We'll get all these components out. I kind of hate the way they ship these, by the way. Like every time I get one of these, it's like, oh, there's some screws in here, and the bump-ons, but then the rest of the screws are inside the case, and sometimes they're screwed in, sometimes they're not screwed in, sometimes they're just like loose. These are all screwed in, but like I got another one recently, and they were all just loose inside of there, and it's like, come on, KBD fans, get it together. Like I always say that KBD fans represents like the very best value equation when it comes to customs, because they're kind of just like a semi-custom. You know, they have 80% of the quality for, you know, like 60% of the cost or something like that.
Maybe they just want to keep it interesting for you, and that's why they're changing it up all the time.
Yeah, they just want to keep it interesting and maybe have some scratches all over the case that have to be like,
you've got to
so
keep
it has
guessing.
to get sent back or whatever.
Yes, that's it.
That's the one. I'm sure that's what they want. So we're also going to use the like XDA. I don't even know. It says XDA 60 right there. Oh, and I don't have autofocus on because we're over the black background. I'll turn it on in a minute. It doesn't matter. I can just show you the caps. These caps, I own a set of these caps, and they're not my favorite. I gotta be really honest. But they should have every keycap that we need. So they have all of this, and then they have, what else do they need? They need a 2U left shift, and then a 1U delete, I think is what actually goes there instead of question mark, or I don't know, man. Whatever. It has all the keycaps you need for this. When we get there, I'll show you. So this is a DZ60. Want to become famous? Yeah, can you please ban that person? Thank you. Bots are so dumb. Don't like bots. Don't worry, Mizu is here waiting. Nice, dude. It turns out I have Mizu. Mizu. Yeah, so this is a DZ60, and they're pretty cool. So we're gonna test it out, and then we're gonna flash it. And we're gonna flash it with the VIA compatible set, right? So in order to kind of accommodate that, I'm actually gonna bust this out right now. Right, we'll plug it in. We'll test this really quick.
Oh, look, somebody I get to ban. Yay.
Like I said, please ban bots.
Yup.
Okay. Oh, maybe they took my advice. Yeah, somebody must have taken my advice, because I have been saying for a really long time that what I want is the default setup to literally flash through reds, greens, and blues so that I can tell. But don't you want to become famous? I don't know, Shocks. It's not really my
not like that.
It's not really my goal, and I think we don't have a ton of people watching right now. Our Tuesdays don't start off very strong, usually, or Wednesdays rather. Maybe when we change to Tuesday it will, but so I'm not really that stressed about it. Either way, I mean the Sundays start out really strong, so you know, the funny thing is this is already programmed with the DZ60 build straight up. And the way I know that is or via compatible DZ60 load. The way I know that is I actually just I have VIA open. Hold on. Yeah, you come up here. And it has these little click bars here. So I was on my Rukia board, which is Project Keyboard Alice. And then I was like, oh, hey, DZ60. And now if I unplug it, it'll go away and go back to the other. Which is great. So we don't have to flash it at all. But if you do have to flash it, you use something called QMK Toolbox to do that. And you actually go to the VIA website to find it. So now that we're here, I'm going to pull up our switch hitter action and we will we get to testing this bad boy out. I don't know how you guys all feel about VIA. But I think it's pretty cool.
There's the VIA link if people need the link, because I know someone, I think it was last stream or the stream before, somebody said it was really hard to find if you just Googled VIA.
Well, it turns out that 3-letter acronyms aren't
exactly easy to find. No.
Well, because they're common and our hobby is tiny. Thank you, though.
Right. You're welcome.
Oh yeah. All right. So if you guys look, there's like a million places on this second to bottom row that switches can go in and that stabilizers can go in. And that really is all about the fact that it supports all these weird layouts. Like 2U left shift, things like that. But it doesn't really matter. In this case, we should do the left ones, I believe. Because they all should be scooted over a 1/4 U. Ooh, already supports.
I really wish when I switched over to mod view, it didn't clear the chat on me. That's really irritating.
I have to be honest, I've never seen mod view.
It's very, very helpful.
I mean, just goes to show how in tune I am, I guess. I was like, I don't know what mod view is.
It's really nice. It gives me a nice activity feed of what's actually like people who are subbing and following.
Trying to figure out. Okay, whatever. I'm not that worried about it. I think there may be like one slot missing or something like that on the layout we're on. So if I go back over to VIA, if I open VIA back up, yeah, so there's going to be this layouts tab over here. Let me minimize switch hitter so you guys can see. So there's going to be like a layouts here, and then so right row 4, right, there will be a 2U default. Yeah, so this is the one we want. It might be 2U split both. No, but that would work. So this would work. It might just be split right shift. And there are a lot of different layouts. 2U split right shift. And then this will have 6.25U arrows B, 6.25U arrows. So this is what we want. This is the exact layout that this board will be in, I believe. There we go. There we go. Thank you, VIA, for having me covered. Now if I pull up switch hitter again, I should be able to, I should see like arrows. So that's down. This should be left. This should be control and then alt. I think that's it. Yeah, okay, whatever. Similar enough, but we got the right layout now. So great. Get out of here, you stupid USB cable. So now we're all programmed. We're exactly the way we want, right? So we shall put our bump-ons on our case as a first step, right? I didn't even show you guys the switches. We're using these lubed, filmed alpaca linears that I did earlier. So nice. Mm-hmm. Buttery smooth. They're not.
Can't hear them at all.
Yeah, they're not heavy lube. They're like straight moderate. Maybe on the heavy side of moderate, but they're so good. I don't want to say on the heavy side of moderate. They're pretty much in the middle, but they are wonderful. They're apparently restocking next month. Yeah, I thought they were gonna. So I thought Prime was gonna restock late this month or very early next month. Isn't that right? I don't know. It's kind of a bummer. Right. Okay. Yeah. It's kind of a bummer that they're just not in stock. Right. They're not so prevalent that they can be out and about all the time. I would really like to be able to buy them, like, you know, kind of whenever. Okay. Early June. Yeah, okay.
Well, that's coming up soon. TM.
It is. I mean, that's actually really good. Mm-hmm. For people who want to buy in right now, and I think they're supposed to be opening them back up to European orderers.
Oh, that'll be good.
Yeah.
I'll have to mention that on the Sunday stream so everybody there knows, since that's a high European population stream.
It is. The Sunday stream is absolutely a lot more Europeans than not. Well, I actually don't know what the demographics work out to exactly, but there are a lot more Europeans on the Sunday stream than on the Wednesday one.
Probably because you're earlier.
Oh yeah, now is a terrible time for Europeans to watch streams.
Well, it's like, depending on when it's like
8 to 11 hours ahead.
Yeah.
Depending on where you are.
Like that. Well, 6 if it's the UK.
No, 8 from here.
Oh, from there, yeah. I'm thinking from where I am.
Sure.
Never mind. JK lol.
Never mind. I don't know. Do they do daylight savings time in Britain?
You know, I actually don't remember. If only there was a device that could tell me exactly the answer to my question.
I don't know if it's a device. You mean like the interwebs?
Yeah. Yeah, the computer, the internet, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. The internet. Did you impatiently buy? Yeah, man, it hurts. Hurts when you buy on Mac Market right now.
Yup.
Mac Market prices so high right now. Like stupidly high. Like do not like. For like everything.
Yes, the UK does have daylight savings time. Or saving. There's no S. So, the more you know.
Right.
Diego's daddy. Hello.
What's going on, welcome. Diego's daddy? Love that name. Diego's daddy. All right, so we've got all the screws out. We've got the bump-ons on. We're gonna set this to the side.
We're trying something different today.
I don't want this scratched.
I'm modding chat from voice.
Well, you're participating via voice. I think you're still modding by text,
yeah.
hopefully.
I am still modding by text. No, I'm not actually reading the chat. It's just beaming into my mind.
Yes. There you go.
Yes.
When the internet is in your brain.
Cybernetic upgrade.
I'll pass for a while. I'll let that get to like, at least 4th or 5th generation before I do that thing. Okay, Google ban that guy. Oh no.
I wish I could get it to be that easy.
There's a Google Home in here now, so I was like, oh no, I said it. Don't do it.
Oh, nice.
Diego's
First time
daddy.
soldering today with your tofu.
Good
Very
luck.
Cool.
Good luck.
Good luck. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah. Be careful. Watch what we're doing here if you want. We're gonna lube some stabs first. I've been waiting. So the thing that's out of stock, or at least that's difficult to get right now, that's actually bothersome to me, is stabilizers. So like the last 2 builds where there were Duroc stabs, I had to go out of my own stock to supply them for the customer's build. Well, the last one and this one. Because I've been waiting forever for KP Republic to send me a bunch of them, unfortunately. So you're gonna get some pink stabs, some pink Durocs. Yay! I mean, luckily I have a bit, so it's not like that big of a deal. But I think Disco Crocodiles, so typer.tools, typr.tools. I think he's gonna be restocking in June, early June sometime. So when he does that, I'm gonna absolutely jump in on the maximum order quantity you're allowed there, which is 5 sets.
It's a lot of sets.
It is, but I need to have some on hand for my own builds and not just be consuming them for customer builds.
That makes sense.
Where like the parts got ordered and they will get backfilled for me eventually, but who knows? It's kind of a bummer. So we got 1, 2, 3. We do have a standard 2U enter, right? Why is that? Oh, it's backward. I was like, why does that not look right? Yes, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like a normal ANSI then. Except for using a 6.25U wire. Just bought a ton of 6.25U Duroc stabs, then stole 2 wires from some of your old GMK stabs. RMEC, it's gonna have some. RMEC is gonna have some in stock. Are they? Ooh, post link.
Diego's daddy asks, have you ever soldered Milmax? Or soldered if you're from Europe.
I'm not. It's soldered.
Hey, my boss is from Europe, so I get to hear soldered all day too. So.
What do they talk about? Soldering all the time?
Yes, they do.
Okay.
Actually.
So I 7U Duroc stab kits in stock right now. Well, maybe I'll order some because I have some 625U wires. I mean, here's 2 of them.
Thanks for the link, Marius. It's me.
3 of them.
I'm sorry, I'm never gonna not say it like that.
Plus, there's a bunch in here. So it's not like I don't have the wires. So I will do that. 3, 4, and 1 of these. Yeah. So basically, I'm totally gonna follow that link and buy some after this. It's happening. It's happening. Is RMEC? I don't know anything about RMEC. Are they US? They have smoked ones?
It looks like they're in dollars. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, everything is. Are these guys actually in the US? Are they shipping from the US? The reason I asked this is because of the delays.
That's why you picked it. It's me, Marius. So everyone can always say it like that.
It's me, Marius. Yeah. So
it was a good pick.
It is. It's probably better than. That's how everybody always says my name.
Is it Barely Stink or Barely Stink? From Canada.
barely.
Or no, they're saying
Barely
they're shipping
sing.
it from Canada.
Miru, yeah. Miru, yes, that's one.
Miru.
Ruh-roh.
I am me, you are you.
Nah, it's all good. How does that work? Okay, come on. Come on, you stupid
Words,
wires.
how does that work?
Alright, so... one stab set. Two.
So they're shipping from
Three.
from Toronto, it looks like.
4. Toronto's fine. Shipping times right now from Canada are actually fine, in my experience.
Just as long as they don't run into a moose.
If my stabilizers run into a moose, I will be surprised.
I mean, it could happen.
Sure. Anything.
Side up.
could.
Hello, hi.
What's up, Side Up? How you doing? How you doing, man? Hopefully really well. We're trying something new today. With Mod in the channel.
Talking mod is talking.
Talking Mod is talking. You're watching me build this. No way, dude. No way. You need to see everything. Well, I mean, it fits your name, right? Side Up.
Seeing everything, side up. Hey.
I see what you did there. Alright, so I do need more screws. This is not the most fun. Kind of hodgepodging these stabs together. Okay, there's more screws in here. That's what that is. That's where those are.
Side up, that's awesome. There is somebody else is also building their first one too. Diego's, I think it's Diego's daddy. Yeah.
Yeah, so
it's his first time soldering.
So he's building a tofu. Are you building a Side Up? Are you building a tofu or using a DZ60 or what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Oh, very nice.
2, 4, 6, 8,
That's super exciting.
10. Okay, get rid of all those. What are you doing? Oof. Keyboard, Knight 75, black serial number, something to something. C3 tangerines.
70 or 67 gram stabilizers, Zeal transparent gold plated PCB mount screw-in stabilizers, V2 switch lube, Krytox, 205 grade 0,
Thick-
spring lube Krytox,
thick films.
GPL,
Nice.
105 films, thick keycaps, Sanctuary Rebirth Artisans, Lord of Terror, Silver Lord of Terror, custom potato cable.
Might be really cool, man. That might be
Zap
really cool.
cables. Very, very cool.
Like really cool. All right,
Will you come back, Side Up, and show us more pictures when you got it all done and when it's all laid out?
yeah, please do.
That'd be really cool.
Oh, nice, man. I'm kind of
Oh,
bummed
really?
that I didn't
Oh,
get
that's
in
cool.
on Sanctuary Rebirth. Yeah, I'm kind of bummed that I didn't get in on it and the desk mat because I really loved Diablo 2 when it was out. I was just like, Infinity, who's that? Shh. You know, because that was like the first big Infinity release, and now I'm bummed.
Hey, Mig, that's why you have somebody like I am you or you build it for you.
Which he is literally right now. But it's okay. I mean, I'm a big fan of. I'm promoting of other people building their own boards. I really am. If you feel like it's a thing you want to tackle, then I am super happy for people doing exactly that. Okay, trash, not trash. Man, going out of my own stock.
Mr. Fruity. Is it Mr. Fruity or Mr. R. Fruity?
Or
Are you
actually,
using the Tofu 60% acrylic case?
yes, that is correct. That is the one we are using. Tofu Acrylic. Should be about $88 before shipping and all that on KBD Fans. I did join the HMKB group buy. Did you? And if you did, which one did you get in on? Mr. Fruity has... Oh, yeah. So we're going to jump to lubing these stabs real quick because, you know, that's where we're at. We're pretty much there.
Straight up, do you mean having a guest star on the chat in the room with him when he builds something?
So that's happened before.
Mm-hmm.
Side up. Wait. It's for free anywhere in the US. Will you consider doing a real life? Hell yeah, I would. Side up. Yeah, I definitely would, man. Yeah, I built a board with shocks, like in person, like he just said, a rebuild, and his was actually really hard because it wasn't like a kit. It was a board that was made by a company, by Tex, and it was really like, it just had specific switches in it. We wanted to change them out, and because it was an OEM board with a fairly, I think, low quality PCB, kind of required a ton of work.
It's me, Marius says, I'd love to watch one where the customer just silently sits there watching you very critically.
That would be a little weird.
That would be a little strange. Just have somebody angrily sitting in the corner being like, looking over your shoulder.
Man, why would he be angry? Why would they need to be
I don't know,
angry?
like the picture in my mind just like had this angry person.
I mean,
maybe not. Maybe they're sitting there fascinated.
If you fly out here, side up, you might be angry because it'll cost a lot to fly. Although right now it doesn't cost shit to fly because, you know,
that's just looming over your shoulder. Hey, are you using enough? Are you using too much flux? What's going on here?
I'm using too much flux. Don't over solder. I don't think you need to worry about that.
Is that really how the stab screw in? It's like having like your overly critical parent behind you or something.
That's great. That's great. It'll be like I'm taking music lessons or something and I've never played music before.
It'll be like 3rd grade all over again.
All right, I need to clear some of this stuff out the way.
Don't forget to lube the PCB.
Wow. This just got really weird. I'm just saying.
Side up, I get free flights. Like I said, that's actually kind of cool.
Yeah, that is actually really cool.
I mean, flying right now is terrible to think about.
Side up, I would consider doing exactly that, man. Because why not? Sounds fun.
Mr. Fruity, Vaseline is my favorite lube. Thoughts? Please don't use Vaseline on your keyboard.
I'm not going to ask why it's your favorite lube or for what, but I hope it's not for keyboards because it's not that good for that. I would recommend against.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, don't use it for the keybs. I have asked so many are against it. So many are against building a board in front of a customer? Why? I don't see the problem. I think it'd be funny. Like, why not? It sounds fun.
I think I could understand it from a privacy perspective.
Sure.
Maybe
and I understand.
not wanting
I'm a pretty
people
private
to, like,
person.
not wanting to dox yourself and have like people know where you live.
I mean, I understand that, but like customers send me boards. So
sure.
That's a thing. Like they legit send boards to me physically. And like
Steve 12.
I've been meaning to set up
/cheaper full-size 96 1800 kits. Is that Melody one?
Yeah,
is that
the
Melody 96?
Melody 96. You might want to look that up.
I think I have that. A link for that. Give me 1 second,
yeah,
and I will
on
see if I can
AliExpress.
find my link. Yeah.
So that board is available on AliExpress for maybe $150 or $200, somewhere in that range. So.
And it's got I believe, I could be wrong about this because it's been a while since I've checked it, but I think there's quite a few options for colors.
So there we go. That's our
so many stinking
that's our lube job
related links. It's bad, you guys. I can't find the link that I'm looking for. I'm so sorry.
So So we lube that one, right? This is the guide. This is the guide housing. I just got that purple pick thing. He has his hands in the mail today unexpectedly, and I have no idea if it's worth using over a brush for lubing switches. If you're lubing, yeah. So yes. Diachronic, if you're lubing switches with a brush, if you're hand lubing switches, I personally would just use the brush, like a very tiny brush. But if you're doing stabs, or if you're doing stabs, or if you're tub lubing, I just use this. I just smear it all over the inside of the tub, or the stabilizer insert, like this guy. This is the guide for it. And then so we'll take that, and then we'll do the same to the actual insert itself. So the insert looks like this, right? It's got this side that has 2 holes in it, where the top one is a captive pocket, and then the back one is a ramp, right? That connects to the front bottom one that isn't captive. So we're actually gonna stick lube on this tool and go through that pocket. And I'll show you guys that right now, right? So you take a little...
This is my favorite part with microscope.
Dab of lube. I usually go from the other side. It doesn't really matter. Right, you go like that. I like microscope. Right?
Me too.
So then you've got it there, but you want to be able to see this hole, at least the way I'm doing it. You want to do that. You want to be able to see through there still, because
side up, I like watching microvision, not in the microscope, not necessarily the lube job. Thank you.
Then we just stick that guy in there. Microvision lube job. Right. So we got this. Then we're gonna take our little wire. Our wire. We're gonna coat that bad boy with some lube too. The edge up past this corner elbow. So we're gonna go like this.
Diachronic, yes, it is Crytox 205 grade 0. I found 2 melody kits, and I'm not sure which one is the correct one, so I'm gonna post them both.
I'll look at them. Just 1 second.
I think one might just be a case, but it's cool that there's a lot of case options.
Yeah, you're gonna want that PCB.
Swizz. Yes, hi, it's Tiny Shiny Crumb.
What's up, Swizz? Okay, so the first one...
Freckle-Boy 123, that is the Rukia.
I don't know what that first one is. Oh, it is a Melody 96. So it's an aluminum case with an aluminum bottom and a brass weight in it. And it looks like it comes with a hot swap type C PCB. That's what that first one was. In a couple different layouts and obviously colors. And you can get it with a non-hot swap PCB. I'll pull this up so you guys can see.
Thanks for the information, Marius. I'll take a look at the link really quick. Oh, it's not broken for me. I wonder why it's not working in the command. Here's another one.
So here we go. Here was the first one. And if you look, it's got a bunch of colors. It's got a bunch of hot swap layouts. A non-hot swap option. Here's your layouts. Here's all your support with the non-hot swap, probably. And then it has a weight on the bottom. And that one looks like it is $200 probably. I don't know what this is. It's probably shipping. The second one has the aluminum case with the acrylic bottom. And it's kind of like the same thing, but it's $150.
So both is good?
Yeah, it looks like both of them are good. They're just slightly different. So that one's gonna have a bunch of glow. And I've worked on one of these.
Is doing their first keyboard lube job tomorrow and debating dielectric grease versus 205 grade 0.
205 grade 0.
From what I have learned, always go with 205 grade 0.
Yes, I concur.
There is no dielectric grease, only 205 grade 0 and
dielectric. So dielectric grease will dry out over time. It's a me, Marius. The Amazon link in the brush command is broken. Okay.
It's not. His VPN was on. That's all.
Oh, okay. By the way, site up 200 for the case. So that's for the case and the PCB, and it has an integrated plate. So that's for the kit. You still need to buy the switches, a cable probably. Definitely switches. You may have a cable already. I don't know. And stabilizers. Diachronic, yeah, man. Always 205 grade 0. And watch this, watch how we're doing this, right? So if you look, I inserted that insert from the bottom side and I put it through here. But the side that has 2 holes in it, the one captive one on the top and the non-captive one on the bottom, is right here. And the way that we're going to install this is we're going to tip this up, but I want you to be able to see it through the side, hopefully. Right? Through that bottom non-captive hole. And then at this angle right here, we're just going to snap it in. Right? And now it actuates.
Ooh.
And you got lube.
So what's so special about stab wires? Couldn't you just use the little plastic housings and then grab a coat hanger and chop it up?
Well, I mean, they're a really specific diameter, and they're made to match their whatever stab they came with. And there are different diameter stab wires. Now, most MX stab wires are very similar in dimension to the extent that they will work in a slot designed for another one. So like this is a Duroc, right? And it's 1.6 millimeter. I have some others. Whatever. I have some others. They're about that. They're very close. Within 10,000ths or 10/100ths of a millimeter, right? When you get to Alps, the wires get a bit thinner, but they're still very rigid. Even this wire is much thinner than a coat hanger wire would be, but it's still very springy and it's like spring steel or something. I don't know what it's actually made out of, but it's pretty rigid for its diameter. JK just, oh yeah. That's cheap is what I mean. Mine's like 500. Oh yeah. Yeah, site up. That's absolutely, man. That's inexpensive, but it's also, on AliExpress, right? So they're making a lot of those.
I'm trying to think where the other place was that I saw recently that's selling 205 grade 0. I don't remember if it was KB
Is Switch
Fans
Mod
or somebody else. I
Well,
think they were for a while, but there was also another. I'll have to check again because there was another place that was taking only like 20 orders a day. Or
Switch Mod is where
something.
I recommend, and Typer Tools, which is run by Disco Crocodile. So typr.tools. Those are kind of the ones that I recommend, right? So I'll do one more of these here under microvision. And then we'll move straight off of them and just do them on regular camera because it'll be faster.
You said typer.tools?
Yes, typr.
typr.tools.
Smear that in there and in there. Needs just a little bit more.
Would you look at that?
I don't know if he has any in stock right now, though.
I'm looking right now. He has 3 and 5 milliliters. Or no, I'm sorry. He has 3 milliliters in stock.
So this is a fairly light lube job right here, actually. You don't see any bunched up anywhere on the inside of that. We could actually go a little heavier than that. And you kind of want to be cognizant of what type of switch you're using, what the spring weight is going to be, because you don't want to affect it too much. These aren't super light, so we'll add just a tiny little bit more, actually. Oop. Right? So we'll literally...
Side up, I just went to
Get just a little bit
Switch
more
Mod's page, And I love how he says, "Why can't I buy anything, Lube Goblin?" And he then explains he's only taking 50 orders a day right now.
Yeah, so
Lube Goblin.
Krillbit's a good guy, and he's just trying to be responsible and not have to go to the post office all the time and be around people, I think.
Or an overwhelm the system. That's funny.
Yep.
Side up, I'm going to use mayo in my next build as lube. Wow.
That's weird.
Okay.
You should not do it.
That's a bold move. I wouldn't do that, but
I would not either. But you know what?
To each their own.
Please let me know how it works. I bet
definitely
it's not
take
well.
pictures.
Yeah, pictures or it didn't happen.
Yeah, definitely picture didn't happen.
Okay, so we're gonna take this with the captive hole facing forward toward the plastic clippy bit. We're gonna go like
Keyboard
that.
Scraps, thanks for the follow.
Thank you so much, Keyboard Scraps. I appreciate that follow. Anybody who's not already following or subbed, consider going up here and making that happen. Let's keep in touch. Stay around, hang out, watch some stuff. Steve12, thank you so much for that follow. Really appreciate that. And then once you guys have done that, consider going to the links that the bot just posted for my Instagram, my
I'm not
YouTube.
A bot.
Well, you didn't post the links. You just said socials. It posted the links. So
okay.
TSC just posted this awesome set of links. You should totally go there.
I posted our Cal and Opes link, so you can come see us talk about other silly things and educational content on YouTube.
Yes, I agree with that.
TSC, Tiny Shiny Crumb. That's me.
Okay.
And Steve, thank you for the follow as well. Steve12, sorry.
Yeah. Yep. Cal and Opes.
I am the voice in the system. I'm on Discord.
Yep. And is one of the Opes.
Being shocked.
And is one of the Opes.
Yes. I am one of the Opes.
I am Cal. She and Mr. Langlandia are the Opes.
Sounds like Siri's distant cousin. I'm okay with that. I mean, Siri's not incredibly annoying. I don't think.
All right, so again, we're gonna go like this.
Do you guys like having the mod in on the stream, or
here.
do you prefer the mod to be quiet?
We're gonna snap that in, and then we've got both sides snapped in. All right, now we're gonna pop our microscope camera off, put it off to the side for now, and we're gonna zoom in a little bit.
Barely sync. 205 grade 0. I'll answer that.
Yes, it is 205 grade 0. It's a giant tub of it. You don't know which for your build. Always 205 grade 0. Seriously, always.
Well, if I'm building, I can't mod. So I'm watching, I'm reading all of your wonderful comments.
Yeah, and we will have
and watching and commenting on the build.
We will have dual build streams with some other streamers at some point for sure. So now when you're not doing it under microscope, it goes quite a bit faster.
And giving Josh grief every so often. Ever so often. Whatever.
Yeah, what else?
Now I'm getting hung up on.
I have a feeling that I'm gonna get a lot more grief via voice chat.
Oh, I'm sure you will. That's okay.
Than if it weren't voice chat, because
that adds to the entertainment factor.
I suppose it probably does. Just wait until the other Ope is on here, potentially.
Oh no. Oh.
Then it'll be a straight heckling session.
Of course it will. But it won't be bad.
It's okay. It'll devolve into a built keyboard and a couple of games of League of Legends.
That's true.
So that's okay.
Unless Shock starts calling you out on flexing the chair, and then all bets are off.
I mean, look who's talking.
Shush. We do not need to discuss my chair, thank you.
Yeah. So
fine, we can discuss
we're
the chair.
totally going to discuss the chair. So everybody's giving me crap, especially TSC, for flexing my chair. Meanwhile, TSC just bought the drafting version of the very same chair, but full retail.
I work from home.
I mean, I do too right now.
But I work from home much more often, and I definitely needed a better chair because it's really affecting my back from sitting so much.
Yeah, I mean, I work from home a lot now too. Also, I do this streaming thing, and I'm just on my computer a lot, even when I'm not at home, or even when I'm not like working from home.
Shucks, it's the Mira 2 drafting stool.
Yeah, so maybe not the exact same chair, because this is a Mira 1.
Yeah. Side up, how good is your soldering game? Are you talking to me, or are you talking to IMEU, are you?
Ooh, sight up. I'll tell you what, man. I'm willing to take a challenge between me and any one of the other keyboard streamers.
Diachronic, thanks for the sub. You'll see a soldering game soon. But not like soon TM soon, like actually soon-ish.
Yeah, like soonish. As soon as these stabs are installed and we start putting the anchors
says, if I already have Tribos's 3204 and dielectric grease, would you recommend either of those for stabs instead of 205 grade 0 if I don't want to buy anything else?
So that until you said the very last part, no, I would recommend 205 grade 0. However, 3204 is a completely valid option for stab lubing. You just gotta go a little bit heavier than I'm going, and expect that it won't last quite as long, but it will probably last longer by a bit than dielectric grease will, because it's still a PTFE based grease, like 205 grade 0. It just has, functionally for what we're doing, it just has a different consistency, different viscosity, and a little bit different density.
So Sight Up is also asking about your soldering cred. So do you want to talk a little bit about your history with soldering?
My history with soldering? Like, is this a resume? Are you interviewing me?
So please tell us about a time. Please tell us about a time when you soldered for a really long time.
Well, I mean, so outside of this thing that I've been doing on stream for the last year.
And your life plans for the next 5 years.
And yeah. Wow. Okay.
Thanks, bye.
We're definitely not going through all that. No, so actually, when I was right out of high school, I worked for a company that is no longer, because the guy who owned it was like 84 or 85, or I don't know, really old at the time. And I made all of their amplifiers, and what they made was high-end audio amplifiers. They were pretty pricey. They cost about $6,000 for a 200 watt mono amp. There were multiple options, but either way, I soldered them by hand here in the US.
Jeff Leopard, hi friend, how are you?
For like a year. Like all day or day. Yeah, so there was that, and then I've used soldering irons on and off my whole life for whatever solder jobs I need to do. And then I've been doing this for the last year and change. I want every connection to have the very best cone shape ever. I mean, so here's the deal. I'm gonna give you my honest belief about soldering and keyboards and how this thing works. There's almost no current that passes through a connection point, through a solder joint on a keyboard PCB. Almost none. It's very, 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 very minuscule amounts of current. And so effectively, there's just, you could get away with cold joints and it would probably still work. So, sorry, I'm reading something else too. So basically, it doesn't actually need to be that good to work pretty well. Now, that being said, take pride in your work and do a good job, because why would you not? You're here with a soldering iron, spending time. Like, just get it right. So those are my thoughts on this process. So some people focus a little bit too much on perfection of things that aren't relevant to performance in any real way. And I mean, there's criticism to go around both directions a little bit. That's my take on it. That being said, I want my stuff to look good, and I want what I deliver to customers to be solid and perform really well for its entire life. And doing a decent solder job is the way to get there. Or is one
Jeff,
of the ways
I'm
to get
doing
there.
well. I won't answer for Josh, but I'm doing very well. Thank you.
Sorry, I was busy answering that question. So
That's okay. I didn't want to interrupt you, but I
Yeah,
also
no.
didn't want to let that go
What's
too
up?
long.
What's up, Jeff? How you doing, man? How you doing, Jeff Leopard? So I literally have your thing behind that door right there, which is a closet.
Door number 1.
In there, ready to
You actually have 3
get
doors
packaged
in there.
and sent. I have 2 other packages that have to go out tomorrow, and they're packaged, and then I have the board that I'm sending you just like on top right now. I think a lot of starters use way too much solder to get that cone shape. I think you're right. It's me and Marius, but I think there's a big portion of the population that then go the other extreme, where they use way too little solder because they're afraid for the joint to
Is that the flux
go
core
past-
solder you're talking about? Side up.
go past
Sorry.
the point of that cone shape at all, lest it be a cold joint. But the reality is, if it goes a little past that, it's not that big of a deal either.
Silver
And it doesn't mean
lead
it'll-
mix. Ooh, that sounds bougie.
Silver solder? Why are you using a silver solder? Are you soldering with a torch? Like, what is the, what? I don't know what the properties.
With solid gold.
I don't know what the properties of your solder are. What the melting point of your solder is, but silver solders usually melt at a very high temperature for a soldering iron.
Flex. I wish I could find gold flex. You mean flux? Maybe not. Or solder or whatever.
Silver
I have
solder.
a DCS. Silver solder is
shiny.
super shiny. Looks nice. I bet it does. I bet it
I
really
have
does.
some silver solder somewhere actually, at my house somewhere, but like typically
Also, that's really
you see
fun
people
to say.
using silver alloys if they're like brazing copper or something like that. Not really brazing,
Silver-
but soldering with
Silver
a
solder's
torch.
Really fun to say. It's even more fun if you say silver solder. You just say it 5 times fast.
I don't.
Silver solder.
I don't do that at all. I don't say silver solder 5 times fast ever, as a rule.
I mean, you just
I'm
did.
joking. 5 times fast?
If we want to get really technical.
Yeah, no.
Yes.
I understand where you're going with this. Who is the advanced TTS Monka? What? What are we talking about?
I'm really confused. I don't know.
Wish you could find gold flex or solder or whatever. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I mean, we use some decent solder on the channel here. And
Try
just in my
saying
regular
Irish wristwatch. There we go.
You didn't even say it once.
I didn't.
Irish
I mean, I said it the
wristwatch.
3rd time. Irish. I keep
Nope.
screwing it up.
Irish
No.
wristwatch.
Irish. Ooh. I can't do it. I should be able to, but I can't.
All right, so
oh, he's pausing. Does that mean he's cheating? Cheater.
Oh, text to speech. Pretty convincing, right? Yeah. Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. I just used text to speech. You didn't even see me type it. It's crazy.
Who's the advanced TTS? That's me.
Oh, that's Tiny Shiny Crumb.
Tiny Shiny Crumb. Invoice. Dun, dun, dun.
So TSC is one half of the Opes from Callan Opes, which is the new project that I'm working on with Mr. Langalandia and Miss Tiny Shiny Crumb.
That is me.
Also
over on YouTube. Go check us out. And Mod here, yes. Mod extraordinaire. I don't know if I'd go that far.
Pretty good. I have a command for it, but I can't type it in right now because my fingers have lube all over them.
Yeah, don't type with that. That's icky.
And I like Mizu enough to not type on it.
Yeah, don't do that to Mizu. It doesn't deserve that.
Lube fingers.
That's just not nice. It's not a kind thing to do.
Yeah. You can't pause though, haha. Yeah, so we use pretty decent soldering iron here. I use a Pace ADS.
Up if anybody wants to follow.
Pace ADS 200. There's a command for it. It's exclamation point iron.
Making me do all this command typing.
I did it too.
This is now command overkill.
Yeah.
Sir, you have exceeded the commands per second.
I can't exceed the commands per second. It always listens to me. It's my bot.
Is that a bot flex?
Nope.
Is he bot flexing right now?
I don't know
What's
if
going
I'm
on
flexing.
here?
I think it's just.
It's just truth.
Yeah, it's just the thing.
It's not a flex. It's just the truth.
Yeah. Bot flex.
Trying to think of a situation in which I need a travel solder. Now I can't. Now I'm getting all screwed up every time I say it.
Who says that?
That's the TS100, right?
Yeah, I do have a TS100 for travel solder. Who said I'm trying to have a hard time? Oh, I'm trying to think of a situation. There you go, where I'd need a travel solder. So I try and do the stream even when I'm traveling for work and stuff. Now, for the next probably several months, at least the next month, or maybe even 2, I will not need to use my travel soldering iron for travel.
Because you won't be traveling.
Yeah, I may travel at some point in the next couple months. It kind of depends on, what goes on in the world. I had a travel planned for work, like right before everything stopped. I was supposed to go to New Mexico. And then, pandemic. Like Earth do. Nature. Just handling her pandemic ass however she wants.
Because the Rona.
Yep, all that Rona. The Acrylic. So you've read that letting Krytok sit in a switch without use is bad. Should I wait for my stabs to arrive from AliExpress before I lube the switches? 3 weeks wait time likely. No. If you've got time to do your switch lubing now, get your switches lubed. And I'll show you kind of how you can store them in a way that will make your life totally fine.
And
so you're gonna
your life and your switches.
Yeah, that'll make your switches fine at least. I guess it won't make your life fine. That's totally. So that's
a tall order.
I use these cups. I use solo cups to separate all the parts out for switches, and then when I'm done, they end up inside of one of these cups with a bunch of the switches, right? So what I'll do is I'll take this cup and I'll take a plastic Ziploc bag and I'll flip it up over the top of it and wrap it over the top, so the plastic bag is like that, and then done.
You could get one of those food saver things and put them in there too. If you wanted to be really extra about it.
Why haven't you been sharing this? So how do you, I mean, the thing you're worried about is dust ingress or like settling. What kind of Krytox are you using? Are you using oil? Because if you're using oil will always settle down to the bottom of the switch over time. If you're using a grease like 205 grade 0, it's going to stay right where it's at. In that case, what you're worried about, or 3204, what you're worried about in those cases is dust. And with MX switches, it's not that big of a deal. Unless they get like caked in dust. I mean, obviously.
Use a food saver and just vacuum seal your switches so you know they're fresh when you open them.
Yeah. You want to save the scent of those blueberries or creams.
Yeah, you get the the scratch and sniff switches.
It's so gross.
Put them in the freezer just for
manufacturing byproducts.
Just so when you open the package, it's like opening a fresh package of coffee. You've got that beautiful new switch smell.
Oh, that's what I missed out today. So my day was not that great because I was like busy for part of it, and I don't know why. I just wasn't in a great mood earlier, and I just realized what it was. I didn't drink coffee, and I'm not even drinking coffee now. What's wrong with me? I could be drinking coffee right now.
That's a bad start to a day. No coffee. That's just wrong. It should be illegal.
It is kind of wrong. I think it is illegal in some places.
It should be if it isn't. Flasian subscribed for 12 months with Prime. Hi, friend.
Thanks for that 12 month, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, so if you're not already a follower or a sub, consider going up here and hit one of those buttons. Let's keep in touch. Let's have more fun on Strem. Stremmin. We're stremmin.
Goddess Jana. Hello.
How you doing? I like that name, by the way. It reminds me of
Jana from League of Legends.
That's what it reminds me of. I don't know if that's what that user is going for.
Asian, I do, but you still get the fun little first. So does Shocks. Novelty ice creams. That sounds delicious. Why do all these key switches?
As long as it doesn't smell like Novelty's creams.
Oh yeah.
I don't want that ice cream.
Oh, you've got a new emote for me? Oh, that's so exciting. I love that penguin one. Oh, nice. Oh, nice.
Crybaby. That's great looking. That's funny.
I had to resub for this one and this one today. Not the virtual hug. I just really like that one. Apiary has some really cute emotes too. They're adorable. You gotta work on your stream emotes.
Okay. Fine. I'm down. Let's do it.
Stream emotes? Does that make sense? Streamojis? No, I'm just making up words.
Do a microscope.
Yes! Microscope. But side profile. I wish we could get.
Well, what other profile would it look like iconically like a
you
microscope?
Wouldn't want top view.
You'd be like, what is that weird thing?
No, goddess, no. It's Tiny Shiny Crumb. I'm talking on voice. We're trying something different today to see if this, if you guys like this. If you like having your mod in voice chat versus
at least sometimes. Stream. It's kind of nice.
Really, sometimes, yeah.
Kind of nice for me because I get to read at my leisure.
I'm just the fun disembodied voice here reading the chat.
Yep. You checked your tabs twice. Nice.
Sorry.
Like, wait, well, so to be honest though, like that's a major downside of Twitch in general, right? Where it streams immediately when you log in, unless you install a browser plugin, like to specifically stop it from doing that, which I do. It, as soon as you jump on twitch.tv, like it'll pull some random front page person up, and you're like, I don't want, please don't just barrage of voice and things that I wasn't expecting. I don't like it.
It's not too bad when it's music, but then sometimes it is, because there are a bunch of like rave music channels, and all of a sudden it's like
rave music channel. Light switch rave.
Like acid techno. Light switch raves. That's never gonna get old. I don't care. Strong Bad is amazing.
Light switch rave?
Yes. Have you not seen that? You have
of course
to know
I
what
have.
I'm talking about.
Homestar Runner.
Okay. Oh jeez. You have an actual light switch rave. That's awesome. Goddess Janet, thank you for the follow.
Thank you, Goddess Janet. I appreciate that. All right, so now we've got this going. We're ready. I think we're ready. We're ready to install these stabs.
It's me, Marius. My PC woke up from sleep for an update last night and started blasting a random Twitch streamer at like 3 a.m.
That's the best. That's terrible. That's terrible.
It's fine unless you don't realize it, and then it's like a channel that's very, very quiet or ominous, and then it's just creepy. Then it's creepy, scary.
Yeah, that's pretty terrible.
Yeah, I would be terrified too. Yeah, that would scare the absolute bejesus out of me. That would be terrible.
Flood chat with some kind of random, I think just all zeros.
Your PC has achieved sentience and is now broken out of your apartment.
Aww.
Or into. I don't want my PC to achieve sentience.
I don't want mine to either. I like it a lot. I want it to stay right where it's at.
Right. I like it just how it is.
I do. All right, so we're gonna move all this onto this solder mat deal. Your PC is a living thing. Scary. All right, so here we go, boys and girls. Let's get all these screwed in real quick. Real quick. Probably not that quick, but you know what else.
Is there a key set that came with us today, or do we get to choose our own adventure?
No, you don't get to choose your own adventure today. Today we're doing this key set.
Ooh. Which one is that?
It's XDA, I think. 60% or 65. I don't remember exactly what it's called. Ooh, I have a brass plate. I have a desire for brass plates on all my boards too. So
brass plates are amazing.
I think they're the best.
Hello, 1990s called. Yes, but I think that's actually a really pretty set.
Yeah. If you like that kind of thing.
I think it's a nice color choice.
Just messing with you. I don't like the set itself, but I don't like the keycaps that much themselves. Like I have a copy of that set, and I'm just not a giant fan of the keycaps themselves. But I don't think they're bad. I just think I don't like that profile and would never choose them for me again. Then again, I'm also not selling mine, so I still don't hate them.
Goddess Jana, welcome to the world of Keebs, the wide world of Keebs.
Are you new?
It is the...
Ooh, nice. I'm happy. I like it when
they said I'm a newbie in the Keeb world.
That's awesome.
I don't want to say she. I would guess, but
maybe not.
I don't wanna be that person. So they. Everyone's a they till proven otherwise, or disclosed otherwise, rather.
Fair enough.
Best 60% kit around $150. What is the best 60% around $150?
Man, that's such a hard question to answer. Including everything, keycaps, switches, everything.
Is it Jana in German, or sorry, I understand it's Jana
only
in German, but is it in League of Legends? Because that's where it comes from. I believe it's Jana, but I could be wrong.
Who knows? They can let us know.
The unreleased Poly NK65.
Womp womp womp. Yeah, so I would actually say that for 160, probably. Man, that's hard, right? Like a tofu, basically. You can get a tofu. Wait, did I miss something?
Oh no, I'm sorry. I did. I put 2 and 2 together incorrectly.
Oh, okay. It is Jana from League. Okay, cool. Yeah, the NK65 entry edition is apparently launching next month for like $95. That's awesome. I'm happy that they're making that. I like Novel Keys. Novel Keys is freaking awesome.
I'll see if I can find the link for that, so you can keep an eye on it. Because I know these things can sell out really, really quickly. Like the Austin sold out in under a minute. So.
But you got in on one, right?
I did. I'm so excited for that. I can't wait. That's the instant gratification factor in this hobby is very, very, very low. It's probably one of the gripes I have with it.
No joke.
Especially as a newbie, but the payoff once you actually do get something is definitely there.
Do you know what keycaps you're gonna put on yours?
I don't know yet. I was going to get it on Black Lotus and I didn't, and I'm kicking myself.
We are only doing 4.
I'm so kicking myself for that one.
No Black Lotus. Yeah, sorry.
No, it's okay.
I mean, there have been sets that I didn't get in on. Like, I didn't get in on round 1 DMG. So then I was like, oh, I have to get on round 2 DMG. The problem with Black Lotus is that thing has been an interest check since like 2016.
Here's the novel key link for the DIY kits, but I do see an NK65, but that's the aluminum edition. Let me look back at chat here. Jeff, I got the charcoal for the Austin R2.
Ooh, and I got burgundy. Is it burgundy? Cabernet. Yeah, I was like, wrong wine. Yes, Cabernet.
Diachronic Band-Aid modding.
Don't do it.
Do you want to talk about Band-Aid modding, yay or nay?
Yeah, don't do it. That's my opinion. There are some isolated cases where you might want to do it. It really depends. Jeff Leopard, yes, I did get another one, man. I really loved the first one. The first one's great. I got an extra PCB also, which is kind of nice.
Okay. Goddess Jana, there is an aluminum edition on here. There's also, let me send you guys another link. There is a really cool site that lets you watch upcoming group buys and for all items across the Keeb spectrum.
There's a couple of them.
Not Keycap Blender, because that's a good one too.
No, but the Met Group Buys I think is better.
Yeah, Met Group Buys is the one that I was thinking of. So there's the one for keycaps. And let me find the one for the other one.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Keycap Blender is okay. But the other one is better.
The other one is better because it's got more stuff. And we like stuff.
We do. And things.
And things. Ooh, yeah, stuff and things. Things are great.
And things. Okay, so we're gonna pull these guys out right now. Mostly because I'm trying to find the actual bottom row spacebar position for the wire.
So...
Or for the stabilizer.
Barely thinking about a plateless tofu build. And then Steve, I'll get to your question in just a second.
Thoughts on a plateless tofu? I think that I'm not a fan of plateless builds in general, or half plates really. I like brass plates that don't have a ton of flex. And if I am gonna go with flex, I prefer to use like a full FR4 plate. That's just me though. Not everyone feels that way. And your mileage will vary, but if you suspect that you want to do a plateless build, then I don't think a tofu would be bad, because you're talking about a tray mount. So the PCB is actually mounted to the tray itself. And I think that's fine. It's not going to be as much different as it would be like with a top mount board.
So Steve asked a question, how much of an impact do the different types of keycaps make in sound or feel? What do you recommend? Keycaps, I can kind of answer a little bit of this. We do, so couple of things. One, on our Calanopes channel, we have a video coming up specifically discussing keycaps, profiles, the differences between like GMK, DSA, etc. So we'll go into more depth on that on our Calanopes channel on YouTube. But I think really with keycaps, it boils down to personal preference. What you really like, what you like the feel of your keycaps. Really, it's personal preference. But I mean, Josh, if you want to chime in on that at all and have anything to add.
Yeah, so first of all, hi Racing Giraffe, how are you doing? Hopefully you're having a great day. But yeah, so how much of an impact do different types of keycaps make in sound and feel? So the feel is going to be different, generally speaking, between PBT and between ABS keycaps, especially if you're going like with GMK and EPBT or something. You're going to be a lot smoother on the EPBT. You're also going to have a little bit of a sound difference. Now, I think PBT sounds a little bit deeper and thockier, and ABS sounds a little bit more bright. Now, your mileage will vary. I mean, I don't know. A lot of people really like GMK keycaps, including myself, but I also really like really old, thick PBT caps like SGI Granite and SGI Beige. I think the sound makes a pretty big difference. I think the feel is not as important to me, except when it comes to profile. Now, you're going to have less options going with PBT for profiles, typically, but maybe not. You'll find a lot of the newer keycaps in ABS in the weird profiles. So you'll have that, and that's kind of cool. What's up, Clutchy? Glad to see you're building your tofu. And then
hi, Clutchy. Goddess Jenna has another question too about the group buys, and that I was going to cover that too. So they're saying, I have no idea about the group buy thing, and can somebody explain it? We're actually doing another video that's going to be one of our first videos on our Calanopes channel about group buys. What are they? So we'll get into that a little bit more detail. But
thanks
do you
for
want
the
to
follow,
give just a brief?
Thank you so much.
Grab a text. Thanks for the follow. Do you want to give a brief overview?
I want to, before I do that, I want to say Steph12 says, I see a lot about GMK, but they're pricey. Wasn't sure what makes them that much compared to cheaper ones. Real quick, they are cool in that you have a lot of color options. They are premium in that quality control typically is very good, but you are being overcharged by the vendors, by everyone, by GMK themselves. It is injection molded plastic, but you're partially paying for that because it's a low production run. Partially, they're just making a lot of money. Pretty much the end. Too.
Thanks, Jeff, for the help with the explanation.
The Chronic, you like one of the key. Oh no. Where was the? Sorry, I'm looking for Jana Goddess. What was the other question? Sorry, repeat it because I lost
I think that was it. It was basically like what is a group buy? I don't get it. Tell me more. Tell me more.
Okay, I lost it. So okay. Oh yeah, I have no idea the group buy. So basically, group buys are run because someone doesn't have enough money to just go buy $10,000 worth of keycaps or $20,000 worth of keycaps. So what they do is they reach out to the crowd of people who are into our hobby, and they're like, hey, do you guys like this set? If you do, give me a yes or a no on an interest check. And then if a lot of people say, yeah, we really love that, then those people are basically all deciding to go in together on having something produced at their mutual cost. That's how a group buy is supposed to work, and it kind of does. I will say that the group buy runner makes some money on the process, typically. Not in every case, but usually. and then the vendor that's selling it also makes a lot of money. Now, group buys used to not be run by vendors so much. They used to be run by individuals. So that individual was banking all of it, but now it's run a little different. Usually you go through a vendor. And
Jaguar
proxies.
1290 says highest quality ABS legends are very crisp. That was kind of out of line with some of these other things, but if you want to comment on that, go ahead.
So, I mean, it's worth noting that
it is.
Some of the highest quality legends are going to be on ABS double shot caps, but that's not exclusively true. There are some dye sublimated legends that are really crisp. Obviously, there's others. There's a million different ways that legends are applied. Like enamel infill can be really crisp, but they wear quickly. Laser engraved is actually pretty crisp. It just wears very quickly and gets dirty and gross fast. Kind of depends, but generally speaking, there's two types of ways that you can apply legends that are the highest quality. Those are double shot, where it's actually the piece of plastic is injection molded in two parts, so it's the exact same plastic all the way through. And then next would probably be dye sublimation, which actually physically pigments the keycap a darker color than the original plastic to a relatively deep depth.
He's a 00 agent.
Playing the 00 key. Yeah, 00.
Yes.
Thanks, Jaguar. Appreciate that.
Setup says there have only been maybe 5 in history too of people getting screwed out of thousands of group buys.
There have been vendors that have walked away with money. I'm not gonna say it's common because it's not. There have been a lot of group buys, but if you're the one who gets screwed, right?
Definitely some more famous.
It still sucks. So the likelihood is low.
Oops, sorry.
No, go ahead. I'm clutchy.
Trying to get the flow down of the exchange of conversation is going to take a little bit of
it will
maneuvering. Clutchy says, I don't know where to put my enter key stab. As he's building his tofu right now.
So
right
there should only be
like
there
on
should
the screen.
Yeah, there should only be a few spots, right? So if you take your plate and you overlay it like this, you're actually going to see that there's like a little notch cut out, and there might be a notch that's a little wider on yours that allows for a couple different places for you to put your enter stab. But like on this one, right? So it's right there. On this DZ60, there's only one spot for the two smaller holes where the screw in part goes, and then there's like a bigger area, right? But this other stab right here, this other hole that this thing kind of shares with, where it's like weird two holes next to each other, is for a different stabilizer position. I don't know if that makes sense. What about the right shift? Well, I didn't do the right shift, but if you look right here, there's like two different kind of positions that your right shift could go in, right? It could go in here and here, right? This would be for a 2.75U right shift. If it went here and here correspondingly. In fact, I'll show you. It could go there, right? That's where we just looked at. That would be for a 2.75U, and then it could go here, and that would be for a 2U right shift.
Goddess Jana asks, is buying parts one by one more expensive than kits?
It's probably almost like, it depends on where you're going. So if you're on like KBD fans or something like that, it's probably exactly the same. It might be a couple dollars cheaper, but you might not want the parts that are in that kit more than you want some other parts that are out there. So I wouldn't be afraid. They're not going to be too far off one way or another. It won't be. Promise.
My
right
new
shift.
keep is
I'm
about
not doing
$1,000 parted, site up says.
I'm not
That's
doing a
wow,
right
okay.
shift here, but typically most people
No
do.
idea why you're using silver solder.
Yeah, so most people do a 2.75U right shift. So you would want to use the ones that are further to the left on the right shift, but I am doing none because I'm doing 1U, 1U, 1U here.
I think that makes sense for buying a kit for if this is one of your first boards. If you're really new and you don't have info about fitting, I think buying a kit probably makes a lot of sense.
Or you contact somebody like me with parts with what you're trying to do on Discord, and we will discuss and I'll help you pick parts. And it doesn't even have to be that I'm buying or building your board. That's not what it's about. If you want me to build your board, then absolutely contact me there and we'll talk about it. But I don't presume that everybody who talks to me wants that service done.
Flavian, I'm really looking forward to hearing this one at the end.
Site up.
I've heard a lot of good things about alpacas.
Site up. Contact me on Discord. I am IMEURU number 7264. Customer. Image. I need to know, do you want stepped caps or not?
Image.
Because that's where we're about to be.
I always think it's imig because there's no E.
It might be. It might just be a jerk.
Clutchy says, I'm doing the big shift. What circle will it go through?
The leftmost one. The leftmost stab insert. So the plastic only clip always goes through the bigger hole. So this stab will always go, if you want the 2.75U shift, will always go in the leftmost hole on the right shift area.
I will post a link to the Discord here in a second. Everybody, give me just a moment, please.
And site up, you said, but my board. Look, man, if you want to do a board build, all you have to do is hit me up. I'm down. Gravitex, thank you so much for those 5 bits, man. I appreciate that. Thank you for that follow earlier. Again, appreciate it.
Thank you for the bits. Definitely.
Absolutely.
There's the link to the Discord.
Liquid Sky Design, what's going on, man?
Liquid Sky Design, hey, hello.
How you doing?
Oh, hi, friend.
Are these screw type stabs fits all of PCBs? So screw in
tiny shiny boys.
So no, technically there are PCBs that don't take screw in stabs that take let me put it this way. If your PCB supports stabilizers attached to the PCB, then it supports either clip-in or screw-in stabs. However, if your PCB doesn't support stabs and they're made for the plate, then you need plate mount stabs. Most of the kits you're going to find are going to be screw-in stabilizer compatible, as a rule. There was a lot of chats that just went up there and I didn't see.
There was. Oh my gosh. Such chat.
Yeah, as soon as I get my Knight 75, would be contacting me. Dude, absolutely. Hit me up.
Thanks, Liquid Sky Design. It's nice to be on the stream. We're trying out something new this time.
Yeah. You know, might as well. It's fun. I think it keeps people engaged. TSC obviously sounds great on stream. Good to have you.
Why, thank you.
I still didn't see Image. I'm gonna ping him in Discord.
I did not see him either.
It's about, I want to know.
Inquiring minds want to know. If anybody wants a board built by Josh or me or you, or wants to consult about kits or builds or anything, I'm posting his Mech Market service post, and you can go in there and you can PM him there. So I'm posting that right now. Or you can ask in here or in Discord, but with chat going by, it might get lost. So it's probably safer to put it on Discord.
You're good, Image. We're not absolutely there yet. I was just trying to figure out if you wanted stepped caps or not stepped caps. Because both options exist. I always recommend stepped, but you know.
Do PCBs usually have any LED indicators for caps lock or other lock keys, or do you have to add it yourself?
So some PCBs, so some boards like HBCP or Austin or just a ton of boards, right? Have indicators in one side. Typically 60% don't. But what you can do, because this board, each one of these positions has a spot for LEDs, literally every switch position is like under caps. You can put an LED there, and in QMK you can activate it such that that LED is actually an indicator for caps. And then they make windowed caps lock keys. Step for sure. That's what I recommend. So I understand. Okay. You want to hear a girl fight about switches? I expect to hear hair pulling. Nice.
Hair pulling, guys. I mean,
nice.
I don't know who would have that kind of fight about switches. I don't know if I'm that passionate about switches.
Yeah, like
maybe we can call Minterly and Avery and see if they want to talk about it.
Like, you're dumb. You like linears, or you like tactiles.
Your nails look bad, and your switch choices are terrible. There, is that better?
Wow. I'm so glad our hobby is not like that.
That it's not catty and awful, yeah. Iconic, thank you for the tier 1 sub gift.
And
Jaguar 1290.
Thank you so much, Diachronic. Appreciate
Someone
that.
says they like MX Browns. Then we just kick them out.
Says they like what? MX Browns? Yeah. What kind of trash is this? What kind of trash is that? Trash. Yeah, nobody knows what that's a reference to, probably. Some people.
So it's
probably
40 cents for just the switches to be lubed.
Yes. Correct.
I think that's for just switch lubing, though, right? If that's the only service, not part of the build. Yeah.
No. I charge 40 cents if it's part of a build. So
Shocks is saying,
I normally don't
put trash on your board. Might as well use Xylence. See, now he's talking talking. Now he's trying to throw down. He's trying to insult me, guys.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't like them either, so I understand.
Old Xylent V2s are definitely the way to go. I'm just saying. Them's fighting words.
Yep. Get ready to rumble.
Next they will say they have a Corsair or a Logitech board. Oof.
So I Gravitex, if I'm doing a board build for someone, I charge 40 cents for just lubing or 55 for lubing and filming. But the filming is subject to it being a type of switch that is reasonable to film in the first place. Some people might want like films on creams or something like that, in which case it would be like, dude, you should not do that.
Inflation Shocks beat me to it, but yes, we do have a new channel coming, Callan Opes. It'll be myself, Langolandia, and I'm URU, and we are going to be doing a bunch of educational deep dives into Keep stuff, but other things as well.
Mm-hmm. Focus on the educational part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, films
and silliness.
Cherry Blacks take films just fine. So I charge 55 cents for filming and lubing, but that's only ever associated with a build. For the most part, I don't take lube jobs by themselves. I'm not interested in just lubing switches if it's not also part of a build service. Generally.
Diachronic saying, I missed it. What did you mean by stepped switches? I think you meant step caps.
Stepped caps, yeah. So you have caps locks that have a stem in the center and are just 1.75 U wide. But you also have a stepped caps lock key, which has this deal. Has literally a little step in it.
Filming is switch sticker.
So this is actually a centered one, which is weird. But customer wants to be able to put, I presume, like GMK caps on it later, so I'm gonna give him not a centered one.
Missing anything?
Because he has that also. Did I miss something? Sorry.
I'm scrolling back to look.
Film is.
I don't want to miss anything. I'm really sorry, guys, if I miss something.
Yeah, it's not a sticker.
If I did, please repost it. I don't want to miss any of your comments.
It's like a little piece of plastic film that goes between the top and bottom housing to make it tighter. These have them applied. If you look real close, here, I'll just do this. If you look, there's this
microscope
plastic film there, right? And it physically, here, this is actually a lot harder than it looks. Fingers look so gross under it.
Do you have one that's apart you can show?
So there's literally, when you take that thing.
Yeah, you totally need a manicure.
The thing is it's not that gross. Like, I do a little bit, but it's not like that gross. It just looks super bad on when you're literally under a microscope. Like, I've made my nails look really nice and my fingers look like nice. They're all lotioned up and been here on stream and I'm like, they still look gross.
See, the problem is you need to exfoliate and then you need to
Iron
moisturize.
just turned on. Iron just turned on.
Side Up says, good,
and
fight with the mechs on deck. We'll fight them about switches.
About what? We mostly agree.
Yeah, you guys mostly agree. I think probably on Xylence. Maybe they don't like Xylence or something.
I don't like Xylence either.
I'll fight Chewy, it's fine.
Do it. Double dog dare you.
Filming is switch sticker. Yep, films are thicker. Yes, we covered that. Microvision.
Okay, so we're doing some little anchors right now. Getting our little corners anchored.
Make some fake controversy reality TV style. Yes, we're fake calling up mechs on deck. Not really. We love those guys. For real though.
They're awesome. They are friends.
Straight up, the channel is going to be on YouTube exclusively. And it's more of a discussion between, well, all three of us, Langolandia, myself, and I'm You're You, Josh.
Yeah, it's a produced
more
content
about educational.
thing, so.
Yeah, it's more produced content. It's not going to be it's not going to be live streamed. It's actually produced content.
So we are absolutely trying to make educational information about keyboards and other things, but definitely about keyboards.
Yeah. And it's me, Mario says, and switch films are the same idea as switch stickers. Nobody uses.
So
okay, I'm gonna mess this up.
Mean switch films.
Hang on. Nobody uses. Is it Vinly or Vinily? I could be screwing that up. Stickers anymore, as they're a huge hassle to work with. The films are way easier to install and reuse.
Yeah, so people have actually had stickers before. Switch vinyl. Yeah, so it's
switch vinyl.
So definitely, yes.
Okay, typo.
The piece of plastic just kind of sits there in between. So okay, I think we were discussing a moment ago. Trying to figure out.
Jeff Leopard, hot take: no one should loop switches because everyone is bad at it. Lols.
Oof, that's rough.
Those are fighting words as well. Question number 1, 2, 3, 4 bajillion D. What are the disadvantages of hot swaps?
That one.
They're hot swaps.
So I think this is straight up. This is what you're side up rather. This is what you're talking about right here.
There's your soldering cones right there. Look at those. They're beautiful, shiny.
You get that side up. You get that. This is what we're talking about right here. I had to find one that I could actually get on.
See, aren't those beautiful? That is some beautiful cone footage right there.
You guys should do like a podcast as well. So yeah, I mean, basically, it kind of is podcast style. It's just because it's just us talking with some like things that will flash up on screen. You know what I mean? Like, but basically, what we want is to engage you guys on a bunch of subjects, mostly around electronics, mostly around keyboards, at least at first. And that's that's really what it's about, right? It's about us just kind of BSing, but having some kind of structure to it that teaches you guys about things.
Doxkey, we love Langolandia too.
Of course. Yeah. Replace the springs with Durox 78 gram. Hold on. New Cherry MX Blacks. Minus 2G for the win.
Clutchy, can you take a picture of what you're doing right now with your board and post it on Imgur and then post a link for us to see it?
When I put the stabs to the left or the right shift. Yeah, please take a pic. Sorry, man.
Yeah, post it on Imgur and then send us a link so we can take a look at it.
I want to help.
So Goddess Jane is asking about hot swaps. In Discord is fine too.
So
what are the disadvantages of advantages and disadvantages of hot swaps?
I'm so happy that it was asked in that way.
I can talk.
Because there are advantages and disadvantages. So the only advantage really is that you get to see what your preferences are. You get to figure out what it is that you actually like because you can remove and add switches in fairly quickly. Like, you're like, oh, I don't like those, or I ordered a bunch of new ones and I don't know if I like this kind of switch yet, so boom, push them in there. That's really the only advantage. Hulda Heath.
Thank you for the follow.
Thanks for that follow, man. Appreciate that. Really, really do. So that's the advantage. Now the disadvantages only outweigh the advantages, or sorry, the advantages only outweigh the disadvantages if you're doing a lot of that switching. If you're not, which invariably you won't, most people don't like keep switching things in and out of their board, especially not like their daily driver, right? So the advantages very rarely outweigh the disadvantages, pretty much. Shocks, did you guys see the Church of Zyko's desk mat? Are you joking with me right now? Did they make one of those?
Please, Shocks, can you please
send
us a link? Because that's amazing.
Yeah,
also, Goddess Jana, so soldering is a little scary and intimidating at first, but practice is definitely one of those things where it's practice make perfect. I learned from a YouTube video actually, and I can link the YouTube video. It's a 5-minute video. It's really easy, but you just kind of get something to practice on and play around with it. I would definitely, if you're really unfamiliar with it, I would do something like get a kit and not use your first board as your first time soldering.
Here's what I would recommend.
Have somebody else do it.
If you want to learn how to solder and you want to kind of jump into the deep end, but at a very low price, you get a kit off of something like Kibio or Keyhive, right? Maybe a little macro pad like the BDN9 or BD9N, which is one of these, right? One of those bad boys right there. It's micro USB, which is weird, but you can make a USB-C one.
Ooh, Candy Keys just restocked.
Right? So you do something like this.
Like
there's actually
now?
Underglow under there too. What did they just restock on?
Things?
Like
Stuff?
Practice 60 or what are you talking about?
Oh, here's some of their practice boards. They're pretty affordable. You don't have to practice on a PC. Well, I mean, not a keyboard PCB, but there's little itty bitty kits you can get off of Amazon for a couple of bucks that are just like, here's a light and here's some diodes.
Here's a practice 60.
Put them on the thing.
Here's a practice 60, right? I've got it up on screen right now. So this is kind of what you're gonna get. It doesn't come with switches or anything like that. It's just the kit. But this is very hard compared to what we're building today, because this has a bunch of through-hole components that you have to solder together. So like every one of the switches is going to require a diode, and there will be resistors that need to be soldered in to support the LEDs. There will be LEDs if you want to do in-switch LEDs, and on and on. So for a very low price.
Pictures in Discord of what he's doing with his board right now. I'm hoping, I hope that was correct, that you are a young Clutchy. I'm sorry. Dear Shaw, thank you for the follow.
Where is it? Is it here?
It's in the keywords channel. Yeah, in your Discord. It's me, Marius. Thank you for posting the layouts in there as well.
Yes, thank you very much. It's me and Marius, or me, Marius. Yeah, so if you have a PCB, if you have the one that I have, right? This one only supports one layout, not both. And so you have a layout A like this one, which only supports either 1-in-1 or it supports stabilized, but only a 2U. You'll have a bigger cutout right here. Like this cutout will go a little bit further, and this one will too.
Dear, yes, Arduinos are very fun to put together. I did a Christmas light build using the Cheerlights API using an Arduino a long time ago. That was fun.
That's awesome.
It was really fun.
The Church of
Cheerlights can do. Oh,
sorry.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to me. Never mind.
No. Sorry.
Never mind.
Sorry. I wasn't.
No, it's fine.
Psych.
It's fine. It's fine. Well, then I won't go into my explanation.
No, I'm joking. Now go into it because you're already there. No, you're there.
No, it's cool. Like the API is neat because if you can tweet to it, and you can tweet a color to it, and just it will change the light based on what color you tweet to it, and it doesn't change just your light, but any light that's, I'm doing air bunny quotes, you can't see me, but that's listening for that API, it'll change the LED to that color around the world. So that's I think that's really cool.
Tune
people
your
do
light
it a lot at Christmas.
To like a Twitter or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Yeah.
I've seen people do that kind of thing with Raspberry Pis and stuff.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
That was part of the build that I did. But yeah, it was super cool. It was a long time ago, but
that's really awesome. Do you solder diodes and resistors on DIY kits on KBD fans? Goddess Jana, no. Like this, it's gonna have basically all of that all pre-soldered. This came with all of the diodes for every switch position, some resistors that supply the LEDs, and all of these SMD LEDs already soldered on. But if you want to learn about soldering, right? If you want to get better at it before you let's say you go out and you buy a custom. You buy like a $700 keyboard, and it has a one-off PCB that, like, maybe you bought one extra or something, or maybe you didn't buy an extra. You don't want to mess it up. So before you do that, before you touch a soldering iron to it, make sure that you know how to solder it right. And doing a practice 60 or something like that is a very great way to get yourself to that state.
that Psycho's mat is really pretty. Do you think gasket format boards are going to take over?
They kind of are common right now, but honestly, I don't think they're better. I don't think they're better at all.
Jeff Leopard says, are those supposed to be switches on the mat? I hate that the stems are twisted. I think they are supposed to be switches. Because it's a Psycho thing, I think. Resistors and diodes just give you extra practice soldering. That's true.
Oh, yeah, that is weird. Yep. Yeah, it's just... So those kits are all about practicing. That's why they're called the Practice 60 or the Practice 65 or Practice whatever's he's got.
Jeff, you're right. They are oriented the wrong way.
They are. It is a little annoying.
Somebody will have to tell Chewy that and give him grief about that.
1, 2, 3, not it.
That can be our fake reality TV controversy.
Nose goes.
Nose goes. Oh, you can't see me, so it doesn't.
That's why I win.
So I guess, does that mean I have to go tell Chewy that he screwed it up?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jeff will tell him. Okay, thanks, Jeff.
Good job, Jeff.
I don't actually want to cause controversy with the Mix on Deck guys.
Yeah, no, those guys are great.
Heart.
Indeed. Heart. Oh man, we're silly.
Probably oriented incorrectly to show a cross for the church portion. Maybe. That could be it. Or somebody just didn't want to turn them sideways so they looked like a bunch of X's.
Fair.
But they would have been the right orientation, so...
Correct.
Clutchy says, can you show what a keyboard layout A is going to look like with the keycaps on it? Clutchy, are you talking about us in the...
You're going to see it. You're going to see it when we're done here. This is an A.
Sorry if I'm behind, Chad. I'm trying to pay attention to 3 different things right now.
You're absolutely going to see it. Activity CS practice 60 is good. It's enough practice not to fuck up any DIY, such as Cozy Banuti. Yeah, so, I mean, generally speaking, Activity CS hit that right on the nose. That is exactly why you do that thing. Like, you get a nice premium board, you don't want to mess it up, so you start out trying that guy. And that's exactly what I would prefer.
You're not in the US, so there's a new shop or a new site that I found, or that was shown to me, that shows keyboard resources all over the world. So let me find that link for you guys, because that will be really helpful for people who are not in the US. And I believe there are some DIY kits in like European countries or other places in the world as well. So give me just a minute.
There are. I will say the bar to entry is very high for the keyboard scene in terms of cost. I mean, Rukia right here, it's on the desk right there, was $390, which is actually very inexpensive for a board like it. It's kind of crazy what we spend on some of these boards. Hey, TSC, what did Austin run for?
525 with if you didn't get the extra stuff with it.
Yeah. Okay, that was what the base board was.
So the
It's kind of outrageous.
AlexOdros.com, the keyboard vendor list, that shows vendors for Canada, the US, Asia, Australia, Europe, and other vendors as well.
Yeah, so there are a fair number of proxies and vendors all around, which is really good. I would say that AliExpress is a good resource for less expensive things.
Yes.
Like the like that Melody 96 we linked to earlier. Which, I mean, if you're talking about like a crazy mechanical keyboard from an OEM, right? Like, it's actually about on par with an expensive board from there. But for inside the mechanical keyboard hobby, it's actually decently priced, I think.
Also, going back to the soldering question, we are actually going to be doing an educational 3 or 4 part series on soldering, specifically covering all the points of soldering. We're going to do a basic, intermediate, advanced, and troubleshooting. So stay tuned on our Callan Opes YouTube channel, and we will let you know when we post that. We will probably post the first video,
the 101, as far as the
basic soldering 101. That'll be probably within the first month or so. And we'll be going live with videos there. Yeah, month or 2. We'll be going live with videos there June 9th. So that's when our plan is for the first video to be up and live on YouTube.
Yeah, and I think our plan is to pretty much do a weekly kind of release. I think that's what we're aiming for. We may or may not.
Pierre LeBlanc, welcome. Glad you could catch the stream too. It is going well.
How you doing, Pierre LeBlanc? Hopefully you're doing really well. Shipping costs are horrible for you. You're paying $25. Yeah, no joke, man.
We need some magnification. Do you want to zoom in, or do you want to use microscope?
Zoom in on
what you're doing right now with this soldering.
On the solder job while it's happening, or?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. How about I do both?
Ooh. Zoom in and use the microscope?
Well, I'll do this so that I can do that for most of them. But
we need BBB in here so we can say enhance. and give us crap about Handerbite.
Right. But before we do all that, I'll do one of these joints under the actual microscope.
Microscope. I really wish Dexter's Laboratory was not copyright material, because I would so make a Dexter's Laboratory
With my cat.
emote. Yes, with your cat. It's no longer your stream room, it is your laboratory.
Okay. So in general, when you're soldering like that, right, what we want to do is we want to touch the top side of the pin, or one side of the pin, and not flow solder directly onto the iron, but directly onto the back side of the pin itself, right? So if your tin is well tipped, or if your tip is well tinned, when you apply it to there, you'll heat up the joint very well, right? You'll flow the solder and it'll work really well, right? So we'll do that and then that, right? And then that joint will look something like this. And that's what those guys will look like. Now, funny thing is, if you notice right here, no, over here, see how that diode is actually off center? We can fix that. Now, normally I wouldn't do anything of this sort, because who cares, right?
See,
actually, I'm not gonna touch that one. But we
can you full screen the microscope?
Yes, I can.
That's so exciting.
But it can be a little disorienting to people. So this was actually placed with a flow soldering gun. So I don't really want to move it that much, but you absolutely can move it. Typically you want to tack one side down and get it aligned, then tack the other. So the way you would do this would actually be that you remove the solder on both of those, right? And you kind of go back and forth with tweezers holding it and then lift it up. Then we would reseat it. So we're not
this
view
zoomed in this much can be a little vertigo inducing, so I was just warning everybody right now.
So I'm gonna move this real slow.
But it is fun to look at.
As not to do that, right?
Yeah, please don't make the chat throw up. That would be kind of bad.
Yeah,
don't do
I would
that.
prefer not to do that, right? So tin
or
or
your
tip.
mod, because vertigo for reals, guys. It's a thing.
That was actually maybe not enough solder. A little harder than it looks when you're under microscope.
It's also fun to watch the flux burn off like that too, and melt.
Right, and then we can look at that joint, at those joints.
SideUp says, so what about the flux cleanup? So I think what he's really saying is, what the flux?
Yeah, so I mean, typically when I do this exact thing, especially on a blackboard like this, I don't do anything about the flux. Now, you can absolutely do something about the flux, and I will change back over to this view, and I'll show you.
Can we do
I'll show you what we would
request for a side view of the joint, but
yeah, we'll get back to that.
1623, did that work? Was that enough of a side view?
So this right here, I have put dye in here so that I know, because I have a blue and a red. So this is distilled water that has a blue, 1 drop of blue dye in it. And this is 99.99% isopropyl alcohol. So the way you would fix this or clean up that flux, the best way would be to take this and spray on here, right? And put like a tech wipe down, and then maybe spray again, use a brush on top of it maybe to agitate the tech wipe under it, and that would agitate the actual flux and clean it off. Generally speaking, it's not a thing you really need to worry about cleaning that flux off, unless you personally just want it to aesthetically look clean. because this is
yeah, I mean,
this flux is non-corrosive.
It would make sense.
So if you want it to look clean, you can absolutely do that thing.
Especially if you plan on bringing it to a meetup.
No,
which
I mean,
someday we'll have
if you bring it
meetups
to a meetup, you're not gonna see the underside of this unless you remove the PCB plate from the board. So let's go back to our solder station
Or
view.
you've got to clear a case.
We'll do this. So did you guys wanted to see the side view of a joint? Is that what we're looking at?
Yeah, I think so. As much of a side view as we can get. And yes, Chucks, I was very pleased with myself.
I don't know if you guys care which one, so we'll just do this one.
Pause for a second, because I think it's moving a little fast, and it's not focusing. There we go.
It's kind of hard.
Yeah.
So like this one right here, the one that you're gonna see on screen right, probably could use just a little bit more solder. Maybe. I mean, it definitely wouldn't hurt, right? It has that cone shape
You're
right
welcome,
there.
Brad.
Has the cone shape, so it's good. I personally prefer adding just a little bit more solder. That was probably one of the ones we did under microscope. It's a little harder for me to see it because I'm looking on the screen, not on the board, to make sure that everything's framed correctly. So you can see that there's a little bit of flux residue because flux splatters, right? So you can see that there's a little bit of flux now that's right there on that center pin, right there.
It may just be me and my nerdiness,
I can literally do this.
but this is super zoomed in view of the PCB. It's giant finger. The super zoomed in view of the PCB kind of looks like something out of Star Wars. I'm not gonna lie.
So, I mean, that's the way to do it, right? So yeah, if people are really anal about getting all of the flux residue off, like I said, it's absolutely a thing that can be done. It's not that complex. It's just time consuming. There are some people that swear, I'm so sorry guys. There are some people that swear by doing that thing. There are some people that don't ever touch it. I don't ever touch it unless someone wants me to.
Hi, RoboKeys.
Right. Okay. So we've done a few of these now under the microscope. I'm gonna actually pull the microscope off to the side, and we're just gonna do a zoomed in view so you guys can see it.
So Brez is asking, Brez1623. I'm just gonna call you Brez because it's too many digits.
Yeah, Brez. What's up, Brez?
Does it hurt anything to have too much solder on a joint?
Yeah. So it depends. Like if you solder it up a ton, like you put like a ton of solder on there. You know what? Okay, microscope it is. I'll show you.
Microscope.
I will show you guys.
Part 3, 4, whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Okay. So like if I take this joint right here, right? Yes. And I'm just like, oh my god, I don't know what I'm doing with a soldering iron. There's like a giant glob of it. Right? Like, oh noes, what did I do? That actually isn't that big of a glob. It isn't actually that big of a glob. It's a little bit. Like this joint is actually kind of fine. You don't really want it to be that globbed up, but this is not a cold joint. But if you've got too much right there, right?
Scuffed.
What do you do, right? What do you do? Oh, it's not scuffed. We're gonna fix it. So what do you do, right?
The tip took a lot of the blob with it.
It did. And so it's a well-tinned tip, and there's plenty of flux, and everything's actually.
Image, look away.
This is also a very, very hot iron, and it's a very good iron that has incredibly good stability on the tip temperature.
Goes to.
So what we're gonna do here, right, to remove that mistake that we just made, we heat that up a little bit. We're gonna heat this up.
Whoa.
We're gonna apply this braid right here, copper braid, right? And you notice it kind of just wicks all that away.
Image, don't worry, he'll fix it.
Oh yeah, Image, you're good. You're good, man. So right, you see there, it all worked just fine.
Steve said, just finished lubing and filming 110 switches. Oh my goodness, you need a break.
Now we're good, man. Now we're all sorts of good. We've got a cone shape there again. No biggie. Yep.
Alley City CS says, you don't need braid, just refill and clean the tip a couple of times.
Yep, that's a way you can do it too.
Oh my god, it's magic. Ice cream sandwich time. Yes. Ice cream sandwiches.
So the way that...
I've never used solder wick before. It seems to work like magic. Always used a sucker.
The way he's talking about is like you do that. Right? Clean your tip. Lift a little bit more.
There is another way you could do it too with the desoldering gun of doom if you really wanted to.
Right, now the key here is you don't want to apply heat to that pad too long. Like we've touched that pad as much as it needs. Right, it doesn't need any more heat added to it for a while. But if you look, we've got our little cones, and that is good enough. And I feel proud of myself. I just pulled focus while I was moving it. It was really good. Anyway, okay, so now we are actually going to get rid of the iron for a little bit. Or not the iron. We need that part. We're going to get rid of the microscope for a minute. So now the thing you do right here with this, by the way, is you cut this little bit off in the end. Thank you so much, DD Decline, for that sub. I really appreciate that. Sorry if I'm a little behind on chat. Hopefully you're doing okay with it.
Thanks for the sub, DD Decline.
TSC. Okay, so we cut that off.
Yep, I'm looking.
And then it's done, right? Because you always want clean stuff there right at the end.
Thank you for the follow.
Thank you so much for that follow. So I think I might have missed Adir Shah and Hulda Heath. I didn't miss Hulda Heath, but thank you guys so much for following. Anybody who isn't already subbed or following, please consider jumping up here, clicking that button. Let's keep in touch. Let's spend more time doing exactly this together.
And I will link our socials, and I will also link our Callan Opes channel, so you can come see more wonderful educational content like this with our good friend Lingolandia as well.
Exactly. And thank you so much for the Asian buff guy for following and Side Up for following. Appreciate that, guys.
Thank you guys very much.
Someone else asked a question that frustratingly is easiest explained using a microscope. It's me, Marius. Thanks, man. Thanks. Thanks, buddy. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna be
touching PCB with the iron.
We are touching the PCB and the actual pin at the same time.
But you're just touching that little metal pad around it, not the
Yeah, the little metal pad. Yeah, we're not touching the solder masked part of it to the black.
I was already followed. I just unfollowed and followed for the lulz. Disco Crocodile, hi friend.
What up, Disco? How you doing, buddy? Disco, this is TSC, my wonderful mod.
Hi.
In chat today.
I'm a disembodied voice in the channel or in the stream.
Yeah, you're not a disembodied voice in real life though.
No, I'm definitely
not. What up,
not.
Disco? How you doing? Chilling?
I am definitely a fully embodied voice in real life.
Good. I'm glad to hear that. It's good to have a body. It's good to have a body.
It's true. Okay, a couple of questions. How is the iron not melting the PCB? So that'll be the first one. And then what iron? Let me get the command for the link to the iron.
It's just exclamation point iron.
I knew that.
It's me, Marius. Thanks so much for gifting 2 tier 1 subs to it's how do you gift it? Oh, to Image and to Mr. McGurk. Thank you so much, man. Once a day, thanks for that follow. Appreciate that.
Thank you for the follows and the subs, everybody. And thank you, Disco. Yes, it's very interesting being on stream, not typing. Okay, I think I might have missed a question.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
So how is the iron not melting the PCB? So the PCB is made out of fiberglass coated with effectively a foil layer of gold or silver or copper. Probably copper in this case. It's copper. And then the pads, the parts that aren't covered by this mask, this black mask, those are coated in something else that might be gold or silver. In this case, it looks like gold. So those materials are not so delicate under heat load that they melt easily. Now,
so
can you overdo it? Yes, you can. So if you notice, we're only holding the iron on there for maybe about 2 whole seconds on any given pad before we lift up, right? And then if we didn't get the correct flow on that pad, we'll come back to it and we will reflow it after it's had a chance to cool off.
So 112 Andy, or is it ill2 Andy? I'm not sure. Please clarify in the chat. Asks, where would you buy vintage blacks? Mac Market? Although I've been told that is not a good place to recommend thus far.
It's a Pace ADS 200. In case you didn't catch it from the thing. Yeah, so vintage blacks you're gonna best find on Mech Market if you're just looking for them raw, or if you're trying to look and find boards that you can harvest them from, you're gonna go on to eBay and look for Wise keyboards. Now to find out which keyboards exactly will have them, you may need to search around Desk Authority for a little bit to find out, what. Just look up, vintage MX blacks or Wise keyboards on there, and get a little education going on specific models, because I don't know them off the top of my head right now. I'd have to look them up too. But I have harvested a couple Wise boards.
Inactive Llama, I love the name. Also, thank you for the follow.
Inactive Llama, wow.
Inactive Llama. Llama. See, Inactive Llama, I feel like you need to, if you ever build a keyboard, you need to use alpacas for switches, because that's just, it's in the name. I mean, not that llamas and alpacas are exactly the same, but
they aren't.
Close.
Don't tell an alpaca that.
No, or a llama. They'll get angry at you.
They spit.
They do spit. They're angry.
They also smell a lot. At least
That's
llamas.
bad.
I'm guessing alpacas do too. All right, so now that we've done that, we will zoom out a little bit, because I think we're all soldered up. Oh no, I sidewaysed it.
Up, not sideways.
Yep.
Ooh, we have LEDs. Mm-hmm. And that one's cycling through.
Like I said earlier, I like that it actually cycles through all the colors, so I can tell that it's working, right? So now we will we'll pull up Switch Hitter. We'll clear it.
Spelled wise, by the way.
Yeah,
W-Y-S-E.
This is not the one I wanted. That's
Saluji Osu can confirm alpacas also
Solji.
smell.
Yeah, they're
Solji?
kind of gross.
Is that right? Is it Solji or Saluji?
Solji, I think.
Solji?
Solji Osu. All right, so here we go.
Llamas spit at you, don't they? Yeah.
You may have missed down.
Randy, that's what it is. I was like, is that some? I couldn't figure out if that was a R.
See it.
Now I see it. Derp. Oh, I said it right. Saluji? Is that right? Yay! Osu.
You may have missed S. I don't know what the hell's going on here. We definitely didn't miss S, did we? Isn't that the one we soldered a bunch? And it would be terrible if we burned up a pad on a customer board. Oh no, that worked. Okay.
Yes, that would be bad.
I was like, I must not have hit it.
Hi, no KB.
Okay, so we might have missed down. But that's the only one I think we missed.
What about the... Oh no, not the corner.
We missed down. That's literally all we did. We just didn't solder it.
I always love the creative and clever names that people come up with on Twitch. They're fabulous.
Me too. What is up, no KB? How you doing?
Barely Sync says, are GMK stabs that much worse than Durox? What are the differences in characteristics?
Newer GMK stabs are just a little bit more rattly. So now we have down. Okay. Everything works. Yay.
Everything is awesome.
So now this thing is exactly what we want it to be. So what are we going to do now? we're gonna clean these up.
Zeal stabs for the win, says side up. I've heard Duroc are also quite well. Or quite good.
I like both. I have no problems with Zeal stabs, but Disco's in here, and I know he's supposed to be re-upping his site on Duroc stabs really soon. He might have some opinions.
Fans does have an AliExpress store.
Yeah, Disco, you still in here? If you are, no KB, you cut your hair tonight but didn't use a Flowbee. I didn't use a Flowbee. You dork. I totally didn't use a Flowbee. Or I guess I would be the dork if I used a Flowbee. I used clippers though. Since the retooling, I haven't seen too many GMK stabs on build streams. Sure, and they aren't as good. So use Durocs or Zeals. That's my recommendation.
Robo keys. Now I remember you're the closet guy, says Salushi.
The closet guy? What does that mean?
Salushi. I don't know. Do you stream it from a closet?
That's kind of cool.
Had to delete my VOD after you guys saw my closet.
Oh no. What was in your closet, man?
Goddess Janet, yes. AliExpress KVD fans does have an AliExpress store. That is the link that Racing Giraffe posted. Thank you, Racing Giraffe, by the way.
Switch it. Yeah, thank you, man. Appreciate that. So
I mean, RoboKeys, now that you've mentioned it, we need to know, like inquiring minds.
Yeah, I mean, how do you do that, man? How do you do that to us?
You have to hang the camera from a hanger, I think, and then like your keyboard goes in the shoe cubbies.
What the hell? I don't even know what's happening right now. I don't even know what's happening right now.
Oh, RoboKeys, don't leave.
No, don't.
No, don't leave.
I feel bad now.
I'm
sorry.
Love you,
man. We weren't trying to drive you off. Thank you for coming in.
Sorry.
And if you do have to go, man, and take it easy. I felt bad. All right, so we're gonna screw this in and we're gonna throw these keycaps on it, and it's gonna be beautiful. Bullied him away. We're sorry, we don't like bullying. No bullies.
We do not like bullying. That is not okay.
Such a bully. Yeah, we do not like bullying. We do not condone that on this channel.
It was my first keyboard stream, and for whatever reason, people wanted to see my closet. I don't think you've ever gotten asked for anybody to see your storage area.
It's a total mess right now. I don't want to show it.
I would not.
No, it's actually normally in really good condition, but there's like a ladder in there right now because that's where the attic access is, and I did have to go into my attic recently and like put a UPS in there. Why would someone have a UPS in their attic, you might ask?
Well,
see, I live in a place where you can get good internet, but I have friends that live close by. By close by, I mean like 4 miles away, and they can't get good internet where they're at because there just isn't good infrastructure to where they're at, but they live on a hill and it's really close to me. So yeah, this is a weird story, right?
Chat.
Oh no, what happened?
And I'm giggling at you. No, Shock says it's where you keep your toilet paper hoard, floor to ceiling, and that's also true.
That is true.
And No KB is asking if there's insulation everywhere. I don't think so. I don't know though.
In my closet? No.
Yes, but Solji is saying
there's a little bit that comes down every now and then.
RoboKeys had a large room with a double door in the background, and people were making guesses as to what was behind it.
Oh, got it.
So we opened it. And DD Decline says, because your closet is messed up because you're a nerd, and because you installed a UPS. That is why.
Sure.
Love.
Truth. So, Both of those are true.
Goddess Janice says, I'm watching the stream with a notepad, by the way. I feel like I'm in a lesson. Yes.
Oh my.
Keep
Thank
school.
you.
Keep community college.
Okay, so this is not working. So the best way, these are a pain in the ass.
Mostly the UPS.
What?
Mostly the UPS.
It is mostly the UPS. Like I had to basically pull everything out of there kind of in a rush to get the ladder in there to go up there to do what I was going to do. And then like it was going to be stream time. So I was like, shit, I need to like put all of this back in there. And I did not put it all back in there the way it's supposed to go. So my project for after this is to clean up in there. But yeah, so basically I have friends who live on a hill that's near me and they don't have good internet. So we got a second good internet connection installed at my place. And even though they're like 4.3 miles as the crow flies from where I live, we pointed a microwave antenna dish at their house from here. It's mounted on my roof. And at their house, they installed a tower and put a microwave antenna dish on their tower and pointed it back down at me. And they now have gigabit internet.
So he really is trying to get into Dexter's laboratory, guys. Blood War Authority.
But all of that is powered, and my internet connection is on UPS. And they were like, "Hey, is there any way to?" And I was like, "I need another UPS to do it." So literally, they showed up at my house. I have no idea where they got just an extra UPS laying around, and they were just like, "Boom, UPS," and I was like, "Okay."
UPS. If it was delivered.
No. I mean, they dropped it off.
I know I was being silly. It was a joke. So RoboKey says, please share the Google Doc with us. I'm too lazy to take notes. Goddess Jana. There will be there will be a pop quiz after this.
There will be a pop quiz.
Racing Giraffe asks, are these credit hours transferable?
They're transferable only to Mechs on Deck. We are not regionally accredited. Maybe. We are not regionally accredited, so only nationally accredited.
Why does your microwave have an antenna? Because why not?
Duh.
Because that's how you get the best Wi-Fi on your microwave. Hello. Also,
yeah,
Shock
how
says,
else is there supposed to be?
Microwave.
Microwave? Yeah, microwave. Right, Shocks. All right, man.
The Acrylic says,
those.
Any tips for plate mount stabilizer mods? Just wondering because the stream had PCB mounted.
Whoa, wait, what? Your PCB has...
Tips?
I'm confused
Any
now.
tips for plate mount stabilizer mods? Just wondering because this stream had PCB mounted.
This stream had PCB mounted, yes. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm following now. I was like, what are we talking about? I don't understand where we're going with this. Yes.
Welcome back, I'm Clutchy.
So it really, I mean, the lube job is pretty much the same. Band-aids work the same. Everything pretty much works the same. Sometimes the hole, which we found on a board recently, will not be sized appropriately for the stabilizer, right? Monster gears were that way, actually. So what we ended up doing is taking those apart and putting a little piece of Band-aid on the plate itself, right? So what we did is we put a Band-aid, like if you're looking here, we wrapped it from this side around there to the underside. So we like went around. So if you're looking at your plate side on, so this is the side of the plate, where this is the top where the keys go in, and this is the bottom where the PCB is below. We took a little wrapper and went like that.
DD declined. Does this mean I can put keyboards on my resume now? Of course it does.
Duh. Were you not planning on doing that already?
Yeah, no kid, right? Slugy, does this person reading the chat get paid because she's doing a pretty good job? Thank you. I get paid in being in mod and stuff for the channel.
Things and stuff.
I was gonna ask, stuff and things.
Well, I mean, we have our own other project together too.
This is true. We do have another project together. I was gonna ask chat, do you guys like this format with adding me as the mod into the stream as a disembodied voice? Or do you prefer having Tiny Shiny Crumb typing in the chat? Let me know.
Yeah, and we won't be offended. We
no,
might not take your advice.
trying something new.
But we won't be offended.
we may or may not listen to what you have to say, but we'll at least listen to your advice.
Voice is great. Okay.
Make sure you clip the stems inserts on your plate mount stabs. The ones we used were pre-clipped.
Yes.
But I don't know any plate mount that were clipped.
Yeah, so that's actually no. I've seen plate mounts that are clipped. Absolutely. I've seen OEM boards that had pre-clipped stabilizers. Absolutely.
More TSC, always welcome. Aw, thank you, Racing Giraffe.
Thank you. That's awesome. That really is. Don't know now which one is supposed to go where.
Yeah, we're trying something new because it's...
Pretty sure this is up and this is down.
It's kind of hard to interact with the chat when you're trying to focus on something, when he's trying to focus on a problem or an issue, so...
And if the resource exists, why don't we just...
Yeah. You can just talk and I can say silly things and make silly commentary, and that'll be great.
I think it's pretty great. I like it.
Puns, because I know how much Shocks loves the puns that I come up with.
Right, though. So the cool thing, the one cool thing about these keycaps, the one thing I actually like about them is that they have good sublegends. So if you want to use the sublegends, like create function layers for this board that follow what are on the sublegends, then you actually have them there to look at, and other people won't be confused by your board.
I'm glad you guys like this format. If this works out, I think we'll probably keep it going forward. Maybe, I don't know. That's up to you, Josh.
At least some of the time. I mean,
yeah,
I would like to do it a lot. Yeah. But
RoboKeys, can I hire you for my stream too? I'll pay you with private access to my closet.
Stop trying to snipe my mod, bro. Right?
I mean, I guess send me pictures of the closet?
Wow.
No.
It better be a really awesome closet, right?
Yeah, this better be like one of those closets you see in rich people's houses where it's like it could be an entire another apartment in the closet.
Wow.
Yoink, Rob's mod now. Robo's mod now.
Fight me, bruh. Like...
Please do not yoink or yeet your mod.
Yeah, please don't do that.
I don't like being yeeted. It's not fun.
There sounds like trauma behind this eating. It's a traumatic eating.
It's very traumatic eating. I'm very scared.
I'm very scared.
It's literally a normal sized closet. Well, now
I mean, that one's walk-in.
Voices. Yes. I mean, technically any closet is walk-in. It's just how much crap you have shoved in it that makes it not walk-in.
I mean, that one's shoved with a lot of stuff.
Hi, friend.
BBB, what up, man? That's not the right place for a Z.
BBB is so special. We have a command just for him.
We do. It's truth.
Hi. Nice to see you, friend.
Nice to see you indeed, sir.
You missed all of the microvision.
We had a lot of it.
We did get here a little late. There was a ton of microvision. We even talked about a microwave.
Oh, a microwave antenna.
Yes, you did get here just in time to guess the words per minute. Side up, can I have a command that says this message? or is there a message incoming? Enhance!
Enhance!
I was actually saying that earlier when you were doing that, is where's BBB for his enhance command? We need him to say enhance. Oh, that was the message. Okay, sorry.
I should change the micro. I should add an enhance command that does exactly the same thing that microscope does.
Yes.
Like, I think it'd be funny. So there should be.
I think so too. We have other commands we need to add too, by the way, which we keep forgetting to do.
There are, and we do. But
there's
what are you gonna do?
A whole mess of them.
Whole mess of them. A mess of them.
A mess of them. Mess of them. Mess of them. We're getting a little punchy. It's getting late.
Meh.
Dear Chad, I apologize for us being a little bit ridiculous.
I don't. I don't at all. I take pride in it. Sorry, not sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Time to get drunk on stream. Woo!
That'll
I believe
happen.
recently we had, or somebody had that happen.
It won't be
Piney
drunk.
Bush.
It'll be mildly intoxicated for me. Boom.
Pleasantly tipsy. Pleasantly tipsy.
Who was it that was asking what the A plate looks like in the end?
I think that was Clutchy.
Clutchy. I think you're right.
Clutchy friend. Check it out. Le A plate. That's not French, but I'm gonna pretend it is.
Le A plate.
Minterly got a bit tipsy not so long ago too.
No, really?
I believe Minterly. Well, because
we were talking about wanting to hang out with her. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, on the charity stream, Heidi got a little bit sassy, and I think Minterly did too.
You could have arrow keys if you wanted to with the A plate, because you could do 1U, 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 1U.
It's a 4 foot. Now RoboKeys is trying to sell the closet. It's a 4 foot wide closet, 2 feet deep. It's got white doors, 6 feet high. Is that enough info for you to consider joining my stream?
Mine's 9 feet high. With shelves.
I don't know. I think he's got you beat. Wait, are we comparing closet sizes right now? Is this a size thing? Are you gonna go measure it? Is that really what you're gonna do right now?
No, I'm not gonna measure it.
He's gonna measure it, guys. He's gonna
not measuring it. On stream? Ah!
It is walking.
It is walking, yes. What could you put there instead of arrows?
How much toilet paper can you fit in there?
I mean, pretty much whatever.
That's the real question.
So this is 100% open. About 60 or 70 rolls. I mean, you can fit a lot more than that. That's just what's in there. Look, I had the Amazon Auto. I had the Amazon Auto delivery for like way too long, and I just ended up with way too much. How can I compare to that?
I mean, his entire, you guys can't see this, but underneath his desk is literally just a space carved out for his feet, and it's all toilet paper. That's where his hoard is, and the closet. The rest of the rooms in his house, he sleeps in a bed of toilet paper.
Oh my god, that's terrible. No, I do not.
I mean, it's probably squishy and plush if it's Charmin or something.
I mean, it is. Charmin Ultra. Mega rolls. Not even joking. Not even kidding. That's what it is. I don't know how you guys feel about these. Yeah, I kind of want to figure out how to change the R's to G's and the B's to slightly different R's, G's, and B's.
Maybe a combination of the three.
Yeah, so we're gonna pull up Via.
Well, there's some Nixie vision going on there too.
Yeah, well, VFD, but yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
Meh. You're not wrong. It's pretty close. Oh, so I don't have a Via on here, so we'll go back to here.
I kind of like the green too. Chat, what do you guys think? Which R, G, or B do you like for this one? BBB likes all the colors.
Sure, so white. Got it. So there are a bunch of layers here. And I think
purple is a good one. That's a good solid choice.
MO1.
Jeff, I don't know if Jeff Leopard's still in here, but he asked me a lot earlier about what key set I was thinking about putting on my Austin. And I'm a really big fan of DSA sets. And I have DSA Borealis. That is my absolute dream favorite set ever. But I haven't seen a lot of other DSA sets that I'm really loving the colors with right now. So I think I might just hold off either that, or I might try to pick up another set of Black Lotus on the aftermarket. Definitely not hand or bite, BBB.
Yeah.
I love you, man, but not hand or bite. I wouldn't do that to my Austin.
Yeah, I agree.
Firelight 70 says blue. Should we do a poll on what color to make the R's, the G's, and the B's?
I don't know if I can. You're gonna have to hold on. Like, yes, I can. I mean, I can.
TBD, to be decided.
Yeah, go ahead and make a poll.
Yeah, there's not a ton of DSA options. What are the colors that you would
blue.
like?
Red, green, or
green,
blue.
or blue.
Or
Okay.
white.
Or white. 1 minute. My mouse just ran away.
So backlight cycle, backlight toggle. Okay, so it looks to me like it's
And we will leave this up for 10 minutes. So we have green, red, blue, white. Can we do purple, or is that a no-go?
no.
Aw, boo. All right. We have green, red, white, and blue. And the poll is starting now. 10 minutes. Up at the top of the chat.
Beer,
You can click
thank you for the follow. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out why this is not. It's not doing the thing I want.
Thank you for the follow.
QMK lighting.
GMK Greg. Not.
RGB toggle.
I don't think that was mentioned. DD decline. Make it brown color.
RGB toggle. RGB minus.
Beer is asking, plus. Anyone know a good place to get good springs?
Minus, Q plus, SAT minus, SAT plus TX.
Yeah, no
TX
purple.
keyboards. So TX keyboards is a good place, but they're not always in stock.
You guys can vote with bits and channel points too if you want to.
I'm gonna feel really bad though if they vote with bits and channel points, and then why is this not?
Oh, meme keycaps. The GMK Greg is new meme caps.
Why is this not?
I thought that was somewhere along the lines of GMK redacted, because that's funny.
Yeah, don't vote with other things. I guess in this case, I feel really bad. I'm trying to figure out.
Unnatural Causes TV. Thank you for the follow.
Oh, okay. I like this. So gradient. Solid color. Ooh.
I feel like I need to be a race announcer here because it's white. There's a race between blue and white right now. Green and red aren't even on the radar. White is got 75. Blue has got 55. Ooh, what? It keeps going.
This is the wrong board. That's why. Okay.
Shocks, thank you for the link. Is that for the memes? GMK Gregory. Okay. A joint project with Pancake. Okay. That is. Wow. That is.
GMK lighting.
That is very yellow. That is frighteningly yellow. I'm gonna say. Yeah, I'm gonna.
We can definitely do
right out of that one.
So, Joan, my crunch. Yeah. Thank you so much for that follow. Unnatural Causes TV. Thank you for that follow. Cure Beer, I think I did thank you before, but thank you again.
Joanna Simaikuchi.
Yeah. I saw it. That's why I didn't. IP sitting down. Thanks for following my channel. That's awesome. Anybody else who hasn't followed already or subbed,
thank you for the
absolutely
follow.
Think about doing that. I would appreciate it.
You can vote with channel points or bits.
Yeah, absolutely.
BBB, if you stop by the chat more and redeemed your channel points, you could vote more.
You could, absolutely. Absolutely. So white is kind of winning it out with like a lot of votes.
Wow, that's pretty crazy.
I'm gonna vote.
We've got quite a while on the timer though, so
I'm gonna vote this way.
We could have a last minute winner.
I don't even know how you vote with more.
You just keep clicking the little channel point button.
What do you mean?
You click the drop down to look at the poll, and you put your vote in, your first vote, and then you can either vote with bits or you can vote with points, and it's 5 points per time. And you can keep clicking it as many times as you want.
Yeah, mine doesn't really like work that way, I think.
I don't think so, because you don't get channel points from yourself.
I don't. That's true.
Your mod, however, has 118,000 channel points, but I'm choosing to not use my mod powers for evil and sway the vote too much.
True.
The only time I will ever do that is if Chewie comes back in here and does a poll again and messes it up. And then I will
there
do
you
that.
go. Oh man, I'm like watching it. It's like, who's overtaking? Is somebody overtaking? It's blue and white.
Marius, wait,
actually,
you can
they're
just
all
pump
pretty
all your
close.
points into your choice. Yes.
They're actually all pretty close.
Shucks. Yes, this vote election is rigged, or could be rigged if you had enough points to do so.
You could just click to win. Yeah, I mean, if you have like a ton of points, you can. But then you've used them, and you don't get to vote other times.
Right, but see, that means you have to
green.
stay with the channel and stop back every time we have a stream and engage with the chat, and then you get more channel points.
Yeah, I voted green, by the way.
No, it's not very democratic. And I could make a political comment right now, but I'm not going to because that is not the flavor of this stream, and we're not going to go there.
I appreciate that. I
You're
intentionally don't want people to make it super political. It's a bad thing, I think, when streams get like that. 5 per vote, I got like 50k. Got like 1,500 points on red.
Left.
Oof,
you guys
dude.
can. I mean, what else are you gonna do with this?
Does it really have that many? Jeez.
Yeah,
How
what are you
long
gonna
does
do
this
with them,
last?
though? It's. Hang on, let me look at it again. It doesn't really give me a good. Like, I actually have to estimate, so I would say maybe 3 or 4 minutes. We're past
yeah, I
halfway.
thought there was a limit. Okay. So
10 is the limit.
while we're doing
10
that,
minutes.
I'm going to talk about these keycaps, right? So I like these keycaps a little bit. Like, I love the aesthetics of them. I like that they have sub legends. They are dye sublimated. Pretty sure they're PBT. The quality of the legends is actually pretty high. I don't like the placement of where the subs are. Like, this is the arrow cluster. Why isn't it WASD? Like, this is volume plus, volume minus, mute, eject. Who does that? Who does that? I don't know who does that.
Do you have one of the vintage boards with the Apple keys that you could compare that to?
One of the vintage boards with the Apple keys?
Yeah, the vintage Apple, or maybe I'm thinking of a different one. Maybe they're IBM. With the, because those remind me a lot of those vintage Apple keycap legends. AEK, thank you.
I do have
Jeff.
an actual AEK around.
BBB, I spent all my money on keyboards, my mouse can't keep up.
We have like a ton of time left on this, so I'm gonna actually go grab an AEK. I will be right back.
I did some green points for you, BBB. You're welcome. Aw, shucks, thank you. You're a real buddy. Helping out BBB. Sign up, red or die. You're dead to me. Oh my goodness. BBB and Shocks, did you guys just become best friends? I think you did. Besties. This is really weird being the disembodied voice while there's a blinking keyboard and nobody sitting on stream. This is like when, do you guys remember when Pokemon Go came out and it was like Team Yellow, Team Red, Team Blue, but now we've added Team Green in for some variety and interest. Nick Egg Girl, this is pro streamer stuff. Yes, this is absolutely pro streamer stuff. 2020 is disembodied voices and custom RBG keyboards. For real though. I think the movie was called Her. BBB. Oh, you're back. Welcome back.
Mm-hmm.
I was just having a quality chat with the stream.
Hi guys, how you doing? I do have an AEK too, but I'm not gonna go grab it because I just went and grabbed
Clearly,
this.
you got snacks. Did you bring enough for everyone?
There's a jar of nuts that's like right on my way to my garage, which is where this was.
I like snacks.
I want to touch it, so I like popped the top and was like, ah. Sorry.
Come on, Team Blue.
Can I vote more? I don't think I can vote more. Yeah,
You don't have points.
Yeah, how do I like not have points in my own channel? Don't even know how that works.
Because you don't participate in your own chat.
Oh,
That's why.
that hurts. I have a voice and a body.
Yes, but you're not typing in the chat. That's how you get the points.
That's true. That's true.
Alps. Yes.
So, Alps oranges. And there is a way to tell by serial number where yours will be. Mine is probably
really
very high.
Guys, I think
It's a very high serial number. Mine has a very high serial number for a board that has orange Alps.
So white wins with 1,036 votes. Green
Jesus.
comes in second with 952 votes. Blue was third with 546 votes, and red came in last with 402 votes.
BBB contributed 3,535 channel points.
And Diachronic contributed 180 bits. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all for participating.
Okay, thanks guys.
Also Alps. So Jeff, I was introduced to brown Alps and I am spoiled for every Switch ever now, by the way. Teal Technic, why no teal is the option? I don't think this one has the support for all the different colors or specific colors. But maybe you can comment more on that, Josh.
This doesn't have what? What were you saying? No, this has a
Advanced RGB support.
No, it does. It has
maybe
16 million colors. I just didn't want to worry about figuring out what
we didn't
purple
want to
was.
have 16. We didn't want to have 16 million options.
Yeah,
I see.
I didn't. Yeah. So I limited it artificially. But that's what it looks like in white. It actually looks pretty nice in white.
How does
like
the
it.
switch activate the key?
How does the what?
There's a question Clutchy has. How does the switch activate the key?
That's a confusing statement. I'm sorry, man.
Clutchy, can you be a little bit more specific with your question, please, or reword it
How
a
does
little
the
bit?
like how does the switch actuate? Is that what we're talking about?
Or how does it? Are you talking about how the keycap pushes on the switch to actuate the actual switch?
That's blue. What is this fascism? That is not blue. But I can probably make it a slightly different hue of white.
You could go with a warm white instead of a cool white.
Yeah, I just don't know what colors make warm white exactly.
6 Fs if you're doing hex key or hex.
No, warm
Teal
white
Technic,
is not
because of my name.
6
Yes.
Fs.
Okay, then add in. Hang on. Now you're making me think. Oh, gosh.
There, is that a warmer white?
Try FFFDEC.
Because
DD
this is
Decline
pure.
says, I
This is
think they're
pure
wondering
white.
how the switch completes the circuit.
Okay, I can show you
Star
guys
Fox,
that.
we have not done the typing test yet.
Okay, this is I think as warm of a white as I'm gonna realistically get to.
That's like green. Yeah, I think so. Wow, that looks really green. Or blue. Nubs of
actually
Fury.
yellow.
I love that name. They said, try EFEBD8 or 0FF00 or 00FF00.
I don't have the ability to type in. I just have I have a palette.
Can you show us?
Yes, I can show you.
Okay, show us the palette. Show us the palette. Also, BBB changed the name of it, the color of his name to green. Diachronic, good night. Thank you for stopping by the stream.
Thank you so much. I appreciate your presence on my wonderful stream here. Okay, this is what I got, okay?
Okay, so move it more into to the right and up.
How about I do
into
this?
The yellow.
Yeah, so I had it all the way up like here.
That's pink. Go to your right more.
Okay. Am I right?
Yes. That's getting more, yeah, that's getting more there. Oop, that's green. Very slowly. There you go. Stop.
Yeah, I think this is as warm as it's gonna get. It is. I'm looking at it in person. Like,
yeah,
that is. I think.
But we're
as
also
good as
looking at
get.
it on the.
Yeah,
through
that's
the
as warm of a white as we're gonna realistically get. Okay, but let's get to a typing test. How about we do a typing test?
Right? There we go.
How about we do a typing test?
Typing test time. TM.
Okay. Typing test. You guys ready? Oh, wait.
Match it to Raul, please.
Match it to Raul. Thanks, BBB. Thanks. No. All right.
I need that program so I can mess with it.
All right. So what I'm gonna do now? Is I'm gonna get this sound ready for you guys. Okay.
Is there music? Do you want? Oh no, you don't want music during the typing test, so you can hear it.
Yeah, I know. I know what I want.
Wait, you really, really want?
Yeah. Tell me. What you want. What you really, really want.
Saying turn off the music. Oh, that's right. There's music going on.
Don't worry.
I forgot there's actually music. I can't hear the music. I'm sitting here wondering, what are you talking about? What music? This whole time.
All right.
It's 11:30 at night, guys. I'm so tired.
All right. You guys ready? Are you all ready for this? Or whatever. Okay. I think you want to be over here. Sorry.
Move it down just a little bit.
I know. It's good. It's
great. It's fine. You guys, I'm going to make a guess right now at the words per minute in the chat. So if you guys want to guess too, you go ahead and put it in there. BBB, that is something to aspire to.
Yeah, that's a little much. Okay. All right. Okay. Damn it. Redo.
Redo.
Okay. Here we go. Man, I don't like this.
Oh, this is so weird. I can't actually hear the typing test, you guys. IDD, it's the XDA keycaps.
Bad. I'm having a really hard time like hitting the correct space, even though the top surface area of these keycaps is high. Like the edges and the way that it feels on my finger makes me second guess every time I touch the keycaps. It's really weird. DSA, hands down, Captain Freak 843.
I always would say DSA because that's my favorite, but
no, XDA is just not that good. I don't like it, at least. I mean, if you like really flat keycaps, then you'll like this.
Have you tried typetest.io? Do you want to give that a shot?
Somebody told me about typetest.io, I think, before.
I think Nathan uses that one. Or maybe I'm thinking of a different one. No, yeah, that's the one he uses.
It's also hard without a wrist rest for me right now.
Do you have one sitting around somewhere?
No. Dude,
Monkey type.
I'm having a really hard time with this thing.
.com is also making their own. Oh dear. Redo.
What?
Nothing.
Man, it's so weird.
Image, I really hope you like this. You're gonna like this board. And I know you picked these keycaps, but that looks really difficult.
Like, see, like, yeah, like yeah, I keep hitting weird
I kind
stuff.
of don't like that this one shows you the words per minute as you're typing.
Oh, I didn't even see that. I was really
it changes.
This.
So that kind of takes away the mystery at the end.
Yeah, I don't. I like this actually. I like this typing test thing.
It's the profile, I swear.
Yeah,
nice
right. Right. No, I mean I'm not a great typer anyway, but I've actually been doing fairly well, like typing pretty fast the last couple times that I've been doing this. One, I'm having a hard time with the angle, but it's really like my fingers, like it's like as I touch the wrong one on like a cherry or whatever, I like already know that it's the wrong one and will shift. Or here, like I'll hit the edge and I'll be like, oh, it's that one right above it or below it or to the side. It's really awkward for me. I don't know.
So, if you had a manicure, it would be totally different.
I don't think it's going to be, right? I don't think it's going to be hard. Actually, before we do all that. Thank you, Oxaworks, so much for that follow, man. Appreciate that. I think it sounds good.
Yeah, I think it sounds really good too. It's very exciting to hear the alpacas. They sound really nice.
They do. I think they do too.
And these are filmed, right? Yes, the TX films.
Yeah, these are filmed with TX films. Opinion: alpacas versus tangerines. So these are non-lubed tangerines. And these are filmed alpacas and lubed.
THGs.
These are tighter, but I think they're only tighter because they were filmed. In fact, I have unlubed, unfilmed alpacas of my own. Sorry about that.
Tangerines kind of look like little pumpkins. Can't really hear it.
No, you guys won't be able to hear this at all. I don't know. I think they're pretty close to as good as each other. I actually was surprised by tangerines recently when I first handled them. Like, I was pretty happy with them.
Could you swap the tangy stems with the alpacas? Question.
Like, can you or could I right now? Yeah, you absolutely can. There's no reason you can't do that. Absolutely no reason.
Make a talpaca. I'm trying to think of a name mashed up since that's a thing.
An Altangi.
Altangi. Pacarine.
Pacarine. Pacarine.
Pacarine.
Alpacarine. Yeah, Alpacarine.
Alpacarine. That sounds great. I like that.
Yeah, so here's the deal.
Sounds classy.
So here's the deal, right? I think my problem with the keycaps is actually just my problem. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I just don't like the profile that much. That being said, like, they look very nice, especially for how much they cost. I'm not against it, and I think that this specific customer has other keycaps he's going to be putting on here, like Mizu.
Taddy says, for my first build, I just ordered Kale Heavy box dark yellows. I normally go for tactile switch, but I like how these linear switches felt in the tester I bought from KBD Fans. Sorry.
No, I'm reading it too.
If you want just about any linear to sound deeper, add a cream stem for that deep bottom out sound.
Yeah,
blue
true
sets,
enough.
Blue backlight gonna look real good. Agreed, BBB.
Yeah, I agree. I think this key set with that right there is gonna look beautiful. You're gonna want that blue right there with these keycaps on there, and it's just gonna look gorgeous. It already looks gorgeous. It really does. I think it looks pretty right now. But yeah, so you control the colors in VIA. There's a lighting tab on the left hand side. You just click on it.
You control the colors via VIA. Is that what you're saying?
Jeff Leopard, hold on. Yeah, you could control the colors that way. But yeah, Jeff Leopard, for you personally, they just feel off. You don't know if it's the housing material or what. Are you talking about Tangis? I presume you're talking about Tangis. Okay, all JWK linears in general. Yeah. Yeah, I agree that Tangis do. Did you know that VIA is named after Olivia? I didn't know. But that's not surprising at all. It's not surprising at all, Racing Giraffe. Everything is inspired, right? Straight ripoffs. Everything. Mizu, ripoff. Shh.
Cafe.
Ripoff.
Totally.
It's Shots fired. Handerbite.
Obviously a ripoff. Olivia. Clearly.
Obviously a ripoff. Olive, well.
Botanical, ripoff.
So everything is Handerbite. Well, Handerbite is a little bit of everything, at least. Anyway, I love this board right here. I think it's going to look absolutely gorgeous with Mizu on it. I wish you the best of luck with this board. I think it's great. I will say there are some things that I don't really love about Tofu Acrylics that have been an issue in the later ones, have been a noticeable issue. So right here, if I push hard against the bottom case, this side has less support, therefore it flexes more right here on the bottom than this side. Not a lot more, but a little. I mean, these are just things about tray mount 60s that maybe aren't the best thing ever in general, but are more somewhat noticeable on this board. But whatever, is what it is. Yeah, I hope that you guys really enjoyed the stream. I really do. I've had a great night tonight. Thanks for joining me, TSC. Really do appreciate that. Yeah, absolutely.
It's really great to be on voice and talking to everybody. It's just definitely a new experience for me, and I'm glad you guys liked it or not.
Thank you for joining. Yeah. Thank you.
McEggroll, thank you for the follow.
McEggroll, absolutely thank you. AutoWorks or OxoWorks, I think I thanked you earlier, but just wanted to make sure. D-Crux, I know I got you. Thank you guys all. Seriously, I don't see any other Keeb streamers on right now.
Can we go to Critter Vision?
So I think we're gonna read Critter Vision.
Yes.
Is that what you guys want?
You guys want to go to Critter Vision? Dead BC 77, good night. Thank you for stopping by. Good night, everyone. Thank you for stopping
Absolutely.
by. It's great to be on stream Racing Giraffe.
Thank all of you guys.
Definitely Trash Panda time, everybody.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys, for
chill out your night and watch some Trash Pandas.
Thanks,
and other
guys,
critters.
for coming over. And before we go, please, if you're not already subbed or following, please jump on up here into this area up here, and throw a follow, throw a sub if you want, whatever. We love hanging out with you guys. I definitely do. I'm sure TSC will be back on plenty of times.
Yes.
I love that name, but I'm not going to say
Ice
it.
Music.
Yes, Pen Ice Music. Yes, Pen Ice Music.
These are XDA
Thank you for the
keycaps, I
follow.
believe.
Yeah, they are. They're XDA. So again, thank you guys, seriously. And
Trash Pandas.
it's me, Marius, of course. So like I said,
Yes.
we're gonna go, but thank you guys so much for your time tonight. All right, later, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye.
Follow us and come back on Sunday as well for the next stream.
Absolutely. We definitely want to see you guys around again. Bye.
Bye. Yay! That was super fun.
Hold on a sec.
Yep.